When was the last time you looked forward to a family reunion? Yeah, that's kind of what we thought. How'd you like to be part of an ACO family reunion? Because the American Cornhole organization is always looking to add new names and new games and more smiling faces to the family, and you and your friends and neighbors are exactly who we have in mind. Become an ACO member now, and you'll find players, tournaments, and more in and around your area. All ages and all skill levels are welcome. Join the ACO to play and party with the pros and the entire ACO family. Go to AmericanCornhole.com/membership, and remember, everyone can play, and the minute you sign up and start playing with ACO, you've already won. The American Cornhole organization, keep on pitching.
Welcome to the historic American Cornhole Organization Season 20 opening weekend from Buffalo, New York. Let's get to center court with Finn and Mad Maz.
Well, Kate, thank you very much. As always, a pleasure to be back here on center court, giving you the best seats in the house as we take up the second best seats in the house here on center court at the Buffalo Riverworks facility and venue in beautiful Buffalo, New York. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, side by side with Mad Maz for the first of two kickoff weekend majors here for the ACO Season 20. Here at Buffalo Riverworks, we are going to be wrapping singles up here today and then handing things off to Clearwater, Florida, the OCC Roadhouse, tomorrow and Monday for the holiday weekend. Andy B. and Steph will be taking you through the second of the opening weekend majors, and this one has had a lot of stories, a lot of back and forth, a lot of great play, a lot of big mistakes, but you know what? Finding that gear is what we talked about, Maz, and as we watch Mike Walters here, and I'm telling you something, Mike Walters is up 20-3 on Logan Collins. Scott Harper awaits the winner of this match, but you know what awaits us here on center court? I think you do.
I do, and the fun part about these opening week kickoff majors is there's no points yet. So Cornhole does all the legwork, Cornhole does all the seeding, all the assignments. The next game we'll get in the first round of main bracket singles. The first round is Isaac Hurt, Caleb Hurt.
How about that? So as we began season 20, the way we ended season 19 with the Hurts taking down doubles, now the last game we saw played in season 19 will be the first bracket game that we see for each of them. I will say now Mike and Logan, I think, just wrapped everything up. I think that's the end of the game. Oh, no, I take that back.
Nope.
Logan just put a couple up on the board. I thought they were catering the end of the game. But the first games we will see in singles from Caleb Hurt and Isaac Hurt will be against one another. How about that?
What a moment for the Hurt Locker. Although, not where we normally see them playing one another.
No.
At all?
I think the last time I remember seeing them pitted against one another was in Branson a number of years ago at the beginning of the Pro Series. Mm-hmm. The very first match in the single elimination tournament was each of them against one another, brother against brother, and that was a tough road to hoe for the family Hurt. But I tell you something, between then and now, a lot has happened, and we've seen a lot of great play. I'm looking at some of the names on the backs of these jerseys that get changed throughout the course of the day. And some we've seen on center court, some we have not, but certainly, you know, the last name Hurt on center court. This is going to be interesting because one of the things we talked about during the interview with them after their doubles win was who was going to take that front seat on the singles match, and each of them said it was going to be them. Neither one picked the other.
Because why would you, Right. Why would you?
So if you're just checking things out, glad to have you along on the ACO Digital Network. It looks like Mike Walters finally finished the job against Logan Collins, 21-5. And now we move to the first game between and amongst the Hurt Locker, Isaac and Caleb, facing off. The winner will face off against the winner of Jay Perry and Jennifer DePasquale, who we saw yesterday in co-ed, throwing lights out fire. So the good news for the winner of this is they're the winner. The bad news of the winner of this is they could be ending up finding themselves with their other brother in the loser's bracket based on Jennifer and that game coming up. So looking forward to seeing this one happen. Those pro jerseys look pretty good on these boys. Accustomed to the center court setup, and down and back is underway.
You see, neither Hurt brother is throwing the doubles bags they threw. When they won doubles, they're both throwing different sets of Gusto bags. That is interesting to me, that neither one has a favorite or whatnot, but a completely different set of weaponry for each brother versus the doubles bags they threw with hours ago.
Now, I am somewhat colorblind, so I'm going to say that's kind of a light green,
turquoise kind of
thing from Caleb, and the purple to match the number of purple jerseys, I suppose, he hangs up in his closet at home from Isaac, our reigning king of Cornhole. And what a way to get singles underway here from center court. No disrespect to Mike Walters. Well done, my man, and we'll see you in the next round. These guys have fired up their Scoreholio tablet, and number 1 on the jersey against number 12 on the jersey from their rank last year. This is going to be a shootout that they have had, 10, 15,000 times in Virginia. Little low blocker that is reblocked there, and now will this be a roll bag? Oh, he's going to come in hard and try to take it.
He tried to roll through it. We'll see if Caleb goes up over the top or if he's content to wash at 8. He tries to roll.
As well.
A roll / kind of a modified right to left.
Cut, yeah. All right, so that's a...
double snowman once again.
All right, so a couple of zeros there to keep us going here. And again, it's turned out to be a beautiful day here in Buffalo. Storm started the day, but did not affect play during doubles pool play too badly. And we are right on, if not ahead of schedule. I'm glad to have you checking things out, whether it's here on Facebook or on the YouTube channel. Either one, you'll find great action. Maybe, like I said, a little bit more rich color on the YouTube channel. And then there's one of each underneath. I know. Isaac's got
two hurt bags underneath, yeah.
Easy.
Oh, 2 hurt bags. They're both hurt bags.
Yeah.
Never mind. Oops.
Well, way to go out on a limb. Nice bag up over top to minimize the damage there. So, what do we got? 8 on
8-6.
6.
Yep.
So the first one off the proverbial schneid will be our reigning king of Cornhole, Isaac Hurt, up 2-0. We have Jay Perry up over, Jen De Pasquale, who I went ahead and gave that win to. Guess what? She's down 20-15. So it could be Jay Perry that will face off against the winner of this match. Matthew Davis already ousted Junior Williams from the main bracket down to the loser's bracket. Nick Close over Sean Scott, 21-14. Eric Sullivan took down Ron Campbell, 21-8. A bunch of games also still in play. Rudy Fernandez took down Mateo May, 21-2. We find ourselves here 2-0 on main court. There's a Washington's right there.
You talked about the schedule, Finn. We are 90 minutes ahead, and it is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This wasn't supposed to start until 4. We kicked off at 2:30. This is great.
And I would tell you, for the viewer, you're thinking to yourself, well, why? Why is that beautiful from you? You can get out and live your life after this. Come on. Get out and do it. We're going to go out and explore Buffalo after all is said and done. And, it's turned out to be a gorgeous day. We just saw a little boat parade go by on the Buffalo River. Little V blocker, as I'm told.
And Isaac sends it right off the back, and that facial expression, he knew it.
Not happy about that. And Caleb reblocks himself.
Caleb missed a front board by half an inch.
Yes.
Isaac goes up and over the top with no doubt about it.
There's that low-angle zip line. Oh, look at that. Oh, he tried to come in there and smoke it through there, so that's going to be
9 on 5. Isaac gets 4 more.
Yeah.
Should show 6-0 here early on.
5 takes it to 6-0. You're exactly right.
I got my math skills.
Look at you. I suck at the cancellation scoring. I can't look at a board and immediately know the number. I can't do it. I'll be the first one to tell you about it, too. 17-0. 21-0. Barry Hempy just blanked Daniel Tiller. Wow. So he moves on to take on Jaden Wilkinson here. Jacob Whaley and Rudy Fernandez will also face off here in the next round. Oh, there it is again. Boy, that zip line. It's crazy. It doesn't look like it has enough to clear the bags that are in front of it. And it looks like one of the He's going to do it again. Oh,
and he got it with him. What a piggyback.
That was that was a bouncing piggyback right there. And a nice cleanup there to finish from Caleb. Not what he wanted to have that one off the back, but that's going to be a 12-on-9 and a 3 spot there. Adds to the tally for Isaac, so 9-0. But, yeah, what a beautiful bag. That piggyback hops up and in. And the first time I ever heard that phrase piggyback, I want to say it was Todd Gammon is the one that told me that was the name that had been assigned to that move. That was news to me at the time.
Interesting.
Interesting to see Caleb playing a blocking game against Isaac, knowing what he knows. But nobody knows. Oh, boy, that was very close to getting that front side drag.
And I think he's going to go at it again because that bag's hanging deeper now after Caleb's bag grazed it. Isaac goes down and hard to content to run through everything, and he kicks it back right.
I think a little more oomph on that. He might have been able to clean up the entire board, but it kicked a little right, as you mentioned. He'll be happy to take that and only sacrifice the 2, assuming Caleb can put it in, and he does. So 12-on-10. Takes it to 9-on-2. So, Jennifer to Pasquale, 21-20. She came back to take Jay Perry. How about that? She must have heard me talking about her. So the winner of this match will take on Jennifer, who was our co-ed champion with Michael Ravenhorst Jr. last night.
Determined not to make you a liar, Finn.
That's right. Do I get to take money out of the Jinx jar for that?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. You get to give her money from the Jinx jars, how that works.
All right, so these guys dialing in on that hole. And I tell you something, too, if you watch both of them. These guys, different height, both slender build, a little bit different looking. There it is, Scuba Steve. It's going to cost him 2, Caleb. But I will tell you the thing that is, if you look at them and you did a close-up on the eyes between the two of them, it's the exact same eyes and the exact same focus, and they never take their eyes off of that focal point. And I think that's one of the, whether you're playing the new ACO video game on your phone or whatever, it's all about where you're looking. It's not unlike putting a golf ball. It's going to go where you're looking. Riding a motorcycle, you look to where you want to go, not where you are. And I did see Caleb kind of follow that bag in the air, but boy, that focus on where they want to hit the board is just deadly.
And the consistency is what continues to stick out, is that motion does not change. Within a tenth of a degree, the arm release does not vary.
Yep, double 4-bagger there. Cheers to you. As the score now holds 11-2, Isaac out over front of Caleb. Isaac, the reigning king of cornhole and world champion. Will he be a repeat king? Will he be our Tulsa king? Or will we have our first ever queen? That being a Tulsa queen as we head to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the World Championships of Cornhole Season 20. We got a long way to go and looking forward to getting there.
Absolutely.
So as we've talked about, when we see the two of them matched up against one another, that's what it's going to boil down to. Who is able to take advantage of mistakes? Who will blink first? Because nobody knows the other's game better than the one standing shoulder to shoulder. And that tends to be the reaction you see from Caleb when he's not happy. Kind of is checking that arm swing as he breaks away from the board. So this takes it to 13-on-2. And as we know, and as they both know, no lead is safe, particularly in this match.
Absolutely not. And there's, we talk about the blink of an eye factor. You look up at the scoreboard, it's 13-2. Isaac gets any type of sloppy, it's 13-9.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Checking the comments there, Brandon says, y'all having the major today, then driving to Florida for another one tomorrow? No, sir.
We are not.
We have a separate crew who is setting to handle Andy B. and Steph. We're going to, look at that, he kind of came in, tried to bust it up, lost one off the right side. But, Brandon, we got the other side of the country, or south side of the country, covered by Andy B. from B3 Bags and Steph Burgett. She's going to be down there, and they're going to be covering everything from the OCC Roadhouse. Oh, and he tried that zip line airmail, but he took Caleb's bag off the back, so he's got 2 off. Oh, nice cleanup there. What a shot.
9-6, and somehow Caleb gets 3 out of that. Oh, my goodness.
Loses one off the back, but Isaac is nice enough to say, I'll
is that
put
9-9?
you off the back.
Oh, no, okay, it was 6-9. I was right.
9-on-6, yeah. So 13 to 2, becomes 13 to 5. So that's how it's wrapping up, Brandon. We're going to have the crew in Florida covering things from the OCC Roadhouse, and that will be tomorrow and Monday for the holiday out of Clearwater, Florida, as a double-header kickoff weekend here for the historic season 20 for the ACO. So you have cornhole 4 straight days of the highest level cornhole. Comments, you want to let us know where it is you're watching from, or who do you think is going to take this singles based on the roll call? I mean, could it be Josephina Ernstberger? Could it be Stuart Cram? Could it be Deb Smith?
Just couldn't get it.
Who could it be? Could it be any number of the names you see running their way through this bracket? Barry Hempy, Rudy Fernandez, Jacob Whaley, who knows? Chad Jackson. So many great names here as these guys continue to battle, and 13 on 7 is where we find ourselves in the first round of singles from the Buffalo Riverworks complex. Little V block there. Isaac steps out about halfway through his rectangle on the pitch pad, and it looked like he was trying to roll up and over it, but he'll take that.
Just did not have enough momentum. He started to get halfway up, kind of sat back down.
Up and over. He's going to try to collect. And he grabbed one over the. That was the most dangerous of all potential shots he could have taken right there. Coming in hot, trying to push through, gets those cleaned up, and leaves one out to the side. Not happy with it.
And just like that, Finn, it is 13 to 9.
Yeah, Caleb says, I'll take those 2 back. Thank you so much.
I should go buy a lottery ticket.
I see our boy Wheels over there in the peanut gallery after having captured the purple jersey for Adaptive Cornhole with Batman, Matt Davis, over there spectating. Thanks again to Lynn and Jay Longwell from Out and About Cornhole for drawing the Buffalo teams and players in with us this time. Continue to grow. That's how it works. We go city to city. We grow it out. That's how Owensboro became Owensboro. Yeah, they're not messing around. Neither one of them wants to give an inch.
What a good bag by Caleb. Pick that up.
Either one of them? Do you have a PPR count on either one?
I can get one.
Very curious. I don't think it's going to be the kind of numbers that we're accustomed to seeing, but
nope.
That's going to leave a couple.
All said and done, it's 13-13.
And a tie ball game now, a race to 8. And again, Jennifer DePasquale is awaiting the winner. We will likely see that match here as well from Jen, who took the co-ed division last night with her partner Michael Ravenhorse Jr.
9-7-7 across the board.
Yeah, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You think we're going to follow one of them all the entire way? And, it's funny because people will comment about that. It's like, why do you guys always have them on center corners? It's because they're always there. They're always in the hunt, and they win. And the easiest way to have somebody else there, beat them. That's it. It's real simple. All right, so a double 4-bagger there, so that keeps it at 13s.
And you mentioned that, Finn, our job is to put out the best product that we can.
Sure.
That includes the highest level of cornhole that we can.
Sure.
And that's what we do.
It's funny when sometimes you hear the word fair or even. It's like, what's fair and even? Wins and losses. That's what makes it fair and even. Yeah, plus there's...
the truck gets to determine.
Yeah, well, there's a certain amount of that. Oh, what a bag. Look at that. That just went in there and hugged everybody and went down low. Everybody into the cellar, and now it's all cleaned up. Nicely snuck in there at the 5 o'clock position. All right, another double 4-bagger there. Continue to play at a high level. See Stuart Graham he's over there warming up, or is he playing with Deb Smith? I think they actually are in.
Yeah, I think they're in the game.
In the game right now, but I saw him sneak a peek over here to see what's going on, and I would imagine that happens quite often through the course of the day on the singles circuit.
17-11, Stewart leads over Deb Smith at this exact moment. 2 bags in front of the hole. Caleb swinging that right arm, goes over the top, and he
over.
pulls everything closer.
Let me guess what's going to happen right now. Yep, that would be it.
That one's
And I forget the exact number from the Worlds, but what was the run?
59 straight.
I think it was higher than that. Didn't it get into the 90s with Isaac? 95 out of 96.
But 59 straight.
59 straight. And 95 out of 96 bags in the hole. That's going to cost Caleb a couple right there. So 15 on 13. But yeah, 95 out of 96 in the hole. That's with defense being played against him. And that that went from juniors into doubles.
Yep. And they allowed like 11 points combined as a team in the bracket.
Standing up the reblock there. Roll. I thought he was going to try to roll and scooch his bag a little closer, but he's got another one in hand.
I think he tried to replace it and kind of push his bag on the board through and leave that bag where it was.
Oh, I thought that was his last bag, so then I realized, look at that.
Oh, we could bar us up that one. If you go down and hard, you could kind of elevate Caleb's bag and throw it off the back.
Yeah.
And we'll see how aggressive he wants to be. He and I talked about that earlier after their doubles games. We just kind of chatted about some of the shots he wanted to take and chose not to. And that was one of them. He had a couple opportunities for a bar soap or an and one or whatnot. And he said, I chose not to be aggressive. Caleb told me not to. Now when you're playing against Caleb, is that kind of a, hey, told you I could do it?
Yep. So how about this? So does he, if he risks coming in too hot, he could kick off to the right.
He could.
And cause himself a little bit of consternation.
Does go down and hard, and he front boards it. Or that.
Yeah,
oh, man.
That. I did not expect that. I expected it to bank off to the right side and off the board more than I would have expected to see that. So now what does Caleb have a piggyback in mind? Oh, he tried to kick just enough to get that top one to go in.
He'll get 165. Interesting. No, I lied. Oh, yeah.
That was 6 on 5.
6-5. Yep, okay. I didn't see that.
Each has
bag
one
there.
underneath. Yep. Well, it's a lot of mess for a 1 point.
I know.
Right there. So 15 on 14, Isaac holds the lead over Caleb. Jacob Whaley now down to Rudy Fernandez, 4-3. Barry Hempy up over Jaden Wilkinson, 17-7. Let's see, Matt Davis and Chad Jackson are knotted at nil. Brent Litton over Nick Close, 2-0. As far as winners brackets, let's see, Sammy Van Sickle, 19-13 over Brandon Kaznika. And we're still in round 1, so this was the random seeding for week number 1. That was basically, what was the phrase you and Heiderman were using? Scoreholio did the coin flip for us and laid the seeding in. And there it is, another double 4-bagger. Taters exchanged, and 15 on 14 remains.
I will say one thing that, a thought I had was why I would assume that the end of year rankings will then transition to major number 1.
Right.
I thought that struck me as odd. And maybe maybe that's a talking point that we discuss or whatnot. Okay, so I'm getting worried that it used to be the factor. Because I think that would just eliminate this. And there's nothing wrong with this, but that would then alleviate that early software. Gotcha.
Nice cleanup. There it is, another double 4-bagger there. Bottom line is always the cream rises to the top, no matter the seeding, no matter the first bag out of hand, but it does help at least to let us know, rather than using the backyard style of getting the game started, who should get that first bag, and then it's up to you to earn the first bag back if you didn't end up taking it from there. But we did have some great tier play. I know we can share some of the results from doubles tier play. Dan Tiller and Kevin Smith won tier 5. Darren Bell and David Reese won tier 4 in doubles, and tier 3 was Danny Miller and Jamie Gayhart. So congratulations to all of them, and everybody takes home a little extra hardwood, and there's one hanging off to the side there for Caleb, so this is going to be another couple points. Isaac creeps a little bit closer to getting out of round one with a 12 on 10, makes it 17-14. First bag out of the right paw of Isaac Hurt, right up the middle. Little blocker bag played by Caleb. It's kind of funny. We talk about the number of players who have over the last couple of seasons tried to play a defensive game against Isaac Hurt. You would think the last person on the list that would try that would be Caleb.
You would assume, just based on history.
That second delivery, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, both of them have thrown their heads back like Pez dispensers here over these last two throws.
Can Isaac clip this bag? I think he does. Oh, he runs into the back of his own.
Yeah, he tried to...
Caleb can get 2 here, and that would be huge.
Right to left. Oh,
and he doesn't, and it's a 6-6 wash.
Wow. Trying to figure it out as they walk down, trying to adjust those mechanics or whatnot, but the bottom line is it just makes for a longer game, and I'm okay with that one.
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody in the building is happy about this match except one person.
And she's standing to our right.
Yes, she is. Yep. Well, the good news is the only finger she's using up are her thumbs right now at this point, so that's good. All right, so 17 on 14 remains the score. I'll tell you, right, Heinerman said a little bit ago, he goes, man, these two are both very serious. They are not goofing around in the least. You would think that a game that's been played 10,000 times might lend itself to a little
tomfoolery.
Messing around here, knowing that one of them is going to have to fight their way back.
Isaac to roll over, and he flips on. That's interesting because that makes Caleb's airmail that much more difficult. And he's going to take a look. Yeah. We're going to walk down, talk it down.
All right, so let me ask you this, because you pointed it out at the beginning of the match. They've switched from the Gusto bags they used in doubles. Those seem to be playing faster than these are. And would that have been a roll bag that did what he wanted it to do had it been those blue bags?
Based on what we've seen, yes.
Yes.
But he and I talked about it a little bit.
Did I say what I say? I said Gusto. I meant Gusto. I apologize.
Yeah, that's right. They're Gusto medals. They're all Gusto medals, but when we were throwing on center court earlier, he talked about how those are Caleb's bags. They use Caleb's bags in doubles. Whether Caleb just doesn't want to use them right now, I don't know, but those are Caleb's specifically, and Isaac chooses to use something else.
Up and over. Oh, and he runs one off the back and runs one of Isaac's down underneath.
Can Isaac collect this bag that's sitting short? He's going to try to roll. And he rolls off the back. Caleb into wash.
Rolls it up and over, and he does.
7-7.
How about that? Man, oh, man. It's a really good-looking shot. Yeah, and he didn't have to risk the airmail.
Nope.
Running it off the back. He's got that roll back, and he leaned in on it. Riley, 5 tiers now. So we were talking about doubles. We've added the additional tiers to doubles, more prizing, more opportunities, the ability to roll into a championship bracket of 16 now is also going to be happening. Some more payouts, changes that have been made to try to make the experience better for entry-level players and all the way up. PPR will determine where you fall into the tier play after pool play, and singles, pros, and doubles teams of 2 pros automatically advance to the main bracket now moving forward. So it's going to make for a very interesting competitive circumstance.
What a roll, and a +1 roll. It's insane.
It went up, it hopped up there, and then look at that clean up there. And this is the anything you can do, I can do better portion of the program right now. All he's got to do is put it in for the wash, and another double 4-bagger. Cheers to you. Social, everybody. Cheers. You can't toast an empty cup there, young man. That's bad luck. Go get Jesse Hempy to touch that cup to bring the luck back. Jesse and Hempy and Tammy Williams running this tournament like a well-oiled machine. And this game might actually go on until sundown with Jennifer DuPasquale waiting the winner of this match. Jacob Whaley up 16-8 over Rudy Fernandez. Barry Hempy has already taken down Jaden Wilkinson 21-7. Zach Campbell up 18-12 over Wes Jackson. Barry Hempy awaits the winner of that one. Chad Jackson down 13-7 over Matthew Davis as these two just continue to school down the center. I'll go ahead and bring you up to date. Brent Litton 7-6 over Nick Close. Nate Ventry up 7-5 over Eric Sullivan. Sammy Van Sickle up 9-5 over Mackenzie Kopp. First time we've heard her name mentioned today, or over the weekend for that matter. Zaven Williams 17-7 over Daniel Parham, who acquitted himself nicely in doubles earlier today. Will Kendall and Kim Dice knotted at 0. Oh, I'm sorry. Mackenzie Kopp. I'm thinking of McKenna Kopp, who's still battling with Mike Walters, 18-0. And Mackenzie is, how old is Mackenzie? Mackenzie Kopp, do you know?
No idea.
Yeah, I was thinking of McKenna, and that's the first time I've heard her name, I think. And they got married within the last year, I do believe. So
yep.
Mackenzie, I apologize there. I just saw Kopp and immediately went to McKenna. I would not like to be the one in charge of delivering their mail, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, earlier this year, so it's been less than a year. But McKenna is up in the loser's bracket 18-0 over Mike Walters. Double H right now for John Barnes and Patrick Mullins. And that pretty much brings us up to speed. Josephine Ernstberger up over Brandon Kaznika 18-2. And that brings us up to where we are right now, still focused on this round one match between Isaac and Caleb Hurt, the doubles champions earlier today, heading for not just a three-peat, but a three-peat and then some, as both doubles team of the season and doubles world champions.
Oh, and Caleb lets him off the hook once again. And again, the common theme we've seen, Finn, is people not being able to convert and capitalize on chances. Caleb could have went +4 right there, and they go 0-0.
Yeah, now it's a Washington's. Yeah, Alex McDonald, brutal first-round game. You're not the only one thinking that, my friend.
Yeah, +4 would have made it 18-17, and he gets nothing out of that.
Yeah, Braden Easterling wants to see a PPR check. You got an update? Are they?
Yes, I do.
I think it might be lower than it was last time you checked, although there have been a couple of
We've had like
double
4
four-baggers,
straight
but
12s.
I don't know. Are they up over 10?
Isaac's throwing a 10-1-1. Caleb's throwing a 10 even at this exact moment.
There we go. Well, just a skosh above where they were last check.
9-7-7, yep.
A little bit of a nudge there from Isaac. Probably will not chase. No. If he could get it, great. If not, so a couple more there. So that puts Isaac on 19 now. 19-14. Who will advance in the winner's bracket? Who will bounce to the loser's bracket? I'll tell you something right now. Every eyeball in the loser's bracket is looking up through the top of their eyes like on the Brady Bunch opening as they all look up at Alice trying to figure out, who am I going to have to face off here because it's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Nice replacement bag there.
Isaac sits on that magic number, and Caleb cannot make a mistake here. 19-14 early.
Look at that nice roll bag right there. Is he going to try to save it? Oh, and he put himself out of play there. No one can clean this up, and now, unless Caleb lets him off the hook, which he has done a number of times in this match, all he's got to do is put that in there to minimize the damage, and all he's got to do, Caleb, is to pick up 2, and he does. All right, we're playing on court 1 with the player wearing number 1. That would be Caleb Hurt, the king of cornhole, who's wearing ranking number 12 out of season 19 on his pro jersey. Battling it out, 19-16. Isaac with a slim lead, and Caleb with the first bag. Is that right? Are we at 27 rounds? Is that calculated correctly?
I think we're
into the 28th.
We're longer than that now. Let me look. This is number 29.
Okay.
No, I lied. This is 30.
This is 30. Okay. Look at that.
Ooh, what a good bag. Wow. And now,
decision time.
What do you do? Caleb chooses to
no
let.
timeouts, and he's just got to lay it up there and hope he can plug it up. And
here's the thing: if I'm Isaac, I'm shooting this bag. Right
does
now
he
it's
have
6 on 5.
He's got a timeout left. Caleb does not.
Correct. Right now it's 6 on 5. I'm shooting this bag.
Let's try to dunk it. You going for the dunk?
I'm going up. I'm going up high, coming down. Large angle comes down straight, and you get everything. Because right now you're only down. Right now Isaac's down -1, 6-5. I see no risk. Because I think Isaac's bags are in better position to go. I don't think there's no way you bring Caleb's bags and not his own.
Right. And that front side bag looks like if anything is going to sit still.
That front side bag is not going.
Yeah.
The one kind of pinched under Isaac's 2 purple bags, that one
will
go.
Yeah.
The one on the right side I don't think goes. The one in the middle is not going. But again, that's why I'm behind the table and they're in front of the table.
Yes. How did you do in singles play? Oh, and he came in and sat it up on top. It's all right. He did what you said. He went in hot and heavy, and that was just a big old laundry basket, which all wrapped up. Oh, he just wanted to see if it would happen. Well, he would have had to have come up and hit it just like that. There's no way he's going to get that ass behind it to pull down that much force on the down slope.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So that wash leaves it at 19 on 16. Jacob Whaley finished off Rudy Fernandez 21-13. So Fernandez bounces to the consolation bracket. I see McKenna Kopp over there. She must have.
She took down Mike Walters 21-0.
Her business, yes, she did. Didn't even break a sweat. It doesn't look like.
And Isaac front boards won that.
Oh, nice grab!
What a pickup from Caleb!
What a grab!
And Caleb wins the game.
Really?
That's 12 on 7.
Oh, my goodness. So 19 on 16 goes 21 on 19. Isaac Hurt will now have the opportunity to work his way through the lower bracket and come back to face off whoever works their way through. This is that was a beast of a game right there. And now we're going to find out exactly what's going on between his ears right now. What a match. Caleb Hurt, and much like he did in doubles, waited, made mistakes, made up for the mistakes, and then came through at the very end. How about that? What a match. And I'm sure Isaac is going to want to go exhale somewhere. Maybe outside the area is going to go grab his gear and his bags. And you know, it's funny, Heinerman, I was watching him out of the corner of my eye. Every time Caleb would let him off the hook, he's like, what is he doing? What is he doing? And he did what he does. He comes back and makes it happen. Yeah, he wasn't giving it the full follow-through. All right, well, now we're going to see.
Now Jay Perry gets to try to make Isaac Hurt go 0-2.
Yeah, now I wanted to see. Now we'll go up and see Caleb and Jennifer. That'll be the next game after that.
Let me make sure that it's stopped. Court 1 save. All right.
So Brett Litton is 17-15. Up over Nick Close. Eric Sullivan will be taking on Sammy Van Sickle. Sullivan won 21-7 over Nate Ventry. Van Sickle 21-9 over Mackenzie Kopp. Zaven Williams 21-9 over Dan Parham. And Kim Dice is up 10-7 over Will Kendall.
Isaac threw it left-handed.
Really?
Yeah, he's mad.
Oh, he's...
And it still goes in.
Well, I'll be honest with you, that's irritating to me. So they're just messing around right now.
Oh, yeah. No, this isn't live.
Tracy Gregory and Terry Harris nodded at 2. Deb Smith 12-0 over Dan Tiller. Logan Collins up 15-11 over Brad May. Jay Longwell up 13-0 over David Harris. And Zach Campbell up 4-0 over Tristan Rudy, part of the Rudy Tootie team. Brandon Peck 7-1. Jaden Wilkinson on the back end of that score. Rudy Fernandez 4-3 over Ron Campbell. And I believe that brings us up to speed. Matt Gammon, no, I take that back. Susan Sullivan up over Matt Gammon 14-13. And Isaac Hurt and Jay Perry getting ready to find out who will face off against Mackenzie Kopp. I think this is the palate cleanser that Isaac needs just to put that smile back on his face. And here we go. Let's see what Jay wants to bring. He's got him at a vulnerable point. Let's see if Jay can do it. Make him 0-2 and bid him adieu. Jay said, "Are you going to play me left-handed?" Come on, man. Everybody said you're going to play me left-handed. Nah, he was just resetting his equilibrium there during those warm-up throws right there.
I agree.
Now this will be a good game. It'll be good to see what both of these players bring to the table, because I think Isaac's got to hit reset for sure, and I think Jay has a great opportunity. Is he going to be able to take advantage of it? Oh boy, I'll tell you something. These bags are flying. Oh, one off the backside.
Is that 4 on 9? It is 9-4. That counts.
9 on 4.
5-0 early. No, I lied. 6-4.
It's a 6 on 4. It was a 6
Where's
on 4.
his other? Okay, I see.
So it's
right
a 2.
there.
Yeah,
Yep,
Jay picks up 2 to crack the first egg in this loser's bracket omelet. Glad to have you along. If you're checking things out on the ACO Digital Network, as always, Facebook, we've got one stream, and on YouTube, a richer, thicker color for you on the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you're up to date on all content as we add it to the ACO YouTube channel. So a front board now by Jay, 1 under, 1 on, 3 on top. Now for Isaac. He needs to get out of his own head. Both of them do. That's a nice bag right there, a backside. Going to run up and push. Oh, he tried to run up and push one through, so that's going to be
and Jay
a
gets
7 on 4?
3 more, yep.
Pick up 3.
Makes it 5-0. Jay Perry early.
All right, so as you've seen the first handful of throws in this game, let us know in the comments who wins this game. Who do you think wins it? Who do you think wins all of singles here at the first major of the season in Buffalo, New York? Where are you watching from? Anything you want to add to the comments, we will do our best to address as the games continue on here on center court throughout the rest of the afternoon here. A gorgeous afternoon in Buffalo, New York, 3:26 Eastern Time. And then as soon as we fold up the tent here, we turn things over to Clearwater, Florida. Andy B. from B3 Bags. That was a very interesting collection right there. Steph Burgett is going to be there as well. And that'll be a Sunday, Monday major. So it's going to be, a 3 spot, yeah, for Isaac. He picks one up as Jay has one off the back. But yeah, how about that? A Sunday, Monday, Labor Day major. I've learned all of that since you reminded me of it, both of those facts yesterday.
Yeah, you said we'd bring consecutive action singles back-to-back. So, well, we won't. We're not going to do that.
But I said, come on, is that because of Memorial Day weekend? You said, no, it's Labor Day weekend.
That's in May.
Hey, you know what? When I go wrong, I go all in.
Absolutely.
What was I right about? Yeah, it's a boat. Yeah, the tiki bar that's down at the bottom of the base just took off into the river. It's a floating tiki bar. That's great. I'm sure you can just rent it and take the bar. I think we need to do that later on. It's great. So 5 on 3, Jay Perry over Isaac Hurt.
And that makes it 10 on 4, so plus 6,
Plus
9-5.
Yeah, 2 off the back. Jay's throwing everything he's got. And you know he's got a little extra adrenaline going right now, knowing the opportunity that's in front of him. But yeah, that is a 10 on 4, so that's going to be 9 on 5. Mateo May up 7 he's now knotted with Nate Ventry at 7s. Boy, I tell you what, he might want to take a step back there, Jay. He's got so much extra on these bags.
He does.
Oh, and there's one off the back. Isaac sends one on his off the back, takes one of Jay's with. Cutting right to left. Oh, he tried to roll and he caught it just enough to bounce him out of play. And now, what a shot. There it is. There's that zip line airmail that is dragging that front side bag. I don't know if that's It was a valiant effort, but it looks like a 12 on
9-5.
9 on
Isaac
5.
has one sitting on the
Isaac has one
backside.
on the backside. That's
Yeah.
right. So 13-5. Sing, thank you, brother. Glad to have you along. Stephanie trying to get me to pronounce her name correctly. As soon as she learns how to do it, I'll do it. Burgett. Now, what's funny is if you just put it in text and you don't do it phonetically, that's of no use whatsoever. I do it like Turgid, like the Turgid lady. Burgett. I honestly have done it so many different ways, I don't remember the correct way to do it, which is
Burgett.
what she needs to. I don't need
It's
you to
Burgett.
correct me, mister. She's getting it wrong. I want her to confirm it.
She kept correcting
Burgett.
me in Margaritaville, so I'm well aware of what it is.
Burgett. Oh, look at that. What a shot there to sneak that one in there. Look at this. Do you think he can come in and flush it all?
I would
Come
try.
on in there, Jake. Come on.
And he got one to fall. 10 on 6 gives Isaac 4 more.
Wow.
17-5, and the laundry pile just does not come down
No,
the chute.
Does not want to work its way down. Oh, man. All right. Well, 17 on 5. Right now, Mateo Mays up 17-7 on Nate Ventry. And Mackenzie Kopp awaits the winner of this match. Just going to lay one down there. A level 6 blocker. Is he going to roll up and over? Oh, he just piles one up in front. I know he's counting on that to have a little more action, but we've seen the boards. Oh, look at that. There's that airmail. It's a little bit higher than those low-angle airmails have been rolling. Just as strong as he was throwing it and running them off the back, there's another airmail there from Isaac. He's just right now he's trying to get his groove back. Come on, Jay, get one in there, knock it in. All right, well, I think what's he got? That's an 8, 12 on 8.
I think so.
I think that's going to do it. Yeah, it's a 12 on 8. That's a 4 spot, and that's going to get it done. Isaac Hurd advances. He'll take on Mackenzie Kopp. And Jay Perry exchanges taters. Oh, a little bit of a hug there. That's good stuff. Love to see that sportsmanship. Jay Longwell now up over David Harris, 20-8. What else we got going on? Terry Harris over Tracy Gregory, 14-9. McKenna Kopp will be taking on John Barnes. Let's see if we can get, what do we got going on? We got Caleb and Jennifer coming up here. All right. Caleb Hurt and Jennifer De Pasquale, who we saw yesterday in co-ed, in the taking that championship hardwood with her partner Michael Ravenhorst Jr. That'll be up here in just a moment. And again, check us out on the YouTube channel, American Cornhole YouTube. And the winner is going to take on Jacob Whaley. He's sitting here keeping an eyeball on things at center court. Make sure that you got yourself an ice-cold beverage no matter where you are. And let us know where you're watching from. Would love to know. We've already had we've had Scotland check in. We had, was it New Zealand? The UK? China we know is out there. Our man Jason in China. So there's Jennifer. She is stepping up. And she's throwing those same bags she had such good luck with yesterday.
CBC
in
Magnums.
The doubles, and she's going to have to get over the jitters that caused that to happen because she has got a one-and-done kind of opportunity. Right now, they're going to want to readjust those boards when they get over there after these warm-up tosses. But she and Michael threw some great bags yesterday, lifted each other up as partners, as the great teams do. They won Tier 2 doubles last year and made it a point to say they were coming in to take it this year, and they did exactly that, co-ed doubles. Now they're going to get it back up there on the front edge. Heinerman's going to go out and make a little bit of an adjustment on the boards here before they get started. Double checking to make sure everything's good with everyone. And now I'm lost in the conversation between Stephanie and Eric. Not a plane. I'm not quite sure what she means by that. I'll have to go back into the comments as they finish their warm-up. What's up, Miss Burgett? Good afternoon from... Oh, Alistair. Yeah, good to see you, man. Alistair Pettit checking in. Always good to see him. Gavin Kirks has, I guess he was talking about Isaac, not just the king of cornhole, but the prince of cornhole nerves. I would tell you that would be the case as well. Burgett. All right. I should be able to retain that knowledge for a good 10 to 15 minutes. All right, looks like they are up and underway. 2 up front from Caleb, 1 up on the backside and possibly out of reach for Jennifer, but that's the bag she showed us a number of times yesterday, that right to left. Caleb comes in and collects, nicely done. That one is out of play there even for him on the left, so Jennifer's got a opportunity there with the hole, and look at that get around bag. What a right to left cut. Now she's just going to kind of run through it and try to even it up. Oh, she doesn't. She leaves a couple up on the board.
And he'll get 2, but that was an. I am a repeat record, Finn. It's all about capitalizing on opportunities that you're given. She had a prime chance to wash out 10-10. She didn't do it. She gives up 2. You can't make those mistakes against in main bracket at all. Anybody. You can't make those mistakes.
And what's interesting is there's a distinction between, but not too much difference between an opponent's mistake and an opportunity. And identifying those two things and taking advantage of it very similar. And look at that shot of what you're talking about. You know, your opponent makes mistakes. You got to go in there and go for the kill. But if you have opportunities with a wide open hole like that, mistake or otherwise, you've got to do it.
Absolutely.
She was shooting a 10 throughout the day yesterday. I think she had one of the top PPRs of the day. And boy, talking about not taking advantage right there. Oh, and that's not going to fall. So a front board.
8-3.
And 3 up top. So, yeah, that's going to be brutal for the psyche more than anything. Look, the score is what the score is, but the psyche is what determines it. She's got a furrowed brow, which she's going to have to overcome. Kayla puts it right up Main Street. That's just such a nice bag right there. We've seen her do it so often. She got a chance to do it now. This is that opportunity. I mean, he did what he does. He tends to miss in that direction. Very softly delivered.
Yeah, she has to capitalize here, and even just to settle some of those nerves.
Take 2. Yeah, just take the 2 that you're given. There it is, and she's done it. All right. Off the goose egg, well done. 7-2 now. Caleb Hurt, Jennifer De Pasquale. And yesterday I was practicing my Italian-American pronunciation, and she corrected me once she got up here. But they were so excited to get up here and have take that co-ed division championship, and it was a pleasure to watch them play. They really had a nice run here on center court.
Absolutely.
Jacob Whaley awaits the winner of this match. Caleb sets himself up in a nice position. I think Jennifer has a little bit better luck on the outside arm. We saw her throw that way in doubles yesterday, and the inside arm has been a bit of a challenge for her.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing so far as Caleb goes up and comes down with it. And this could be 9.
A 12, and he's going to take a 12 on 3, a 9 spot, 16-2. 16-2. Matthew Davis and Nick Close are going to be battling it out here. 6-2, Close up over Davis. Tammy Klinger checking in. I'm sure she and AT are eyeballing stuff. She said a lazy Saturday afternoon. Can't wait to attend our first major soon.
It's Caleb again, and you're right, he misses. You could outline it with chalk where that bag goes. If he misses that hole, it's on the left-hand side. And there's a one that's off the back. Jennifer could get 5.
All she's got to do is do what she knows how to do.
Down and in.
And she softened. She let go of it just a little early. And she's talking to herself about it, whoever the coach is inside her head. Said, just exhale, girl, just exhale. But
she will get 3.
16-5. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Collecting those bags, and Got a good grip on him there in her left hand. Inside arm has been a challenge. That's a nice block right there. Caleb's going to reblock very likely. Yes, he does. Now look at that. She's going to try to maneuver around there and just kind of messed everything around, which is not bad. Put him on Temptation Island. Lost one off the back. Now she has the opportunity. Oh, what a great bag. That was a gutsy bag right there to throw that airmail. Challenging him to do it again, and he's off the back again. So right now she's got a 5-on-1. She's going to go up and over. Oh, now a 6-on-1. Is he going to go again to try to reclaim 3? He does, and that's off the back. 6-on-1. That's a 5 spot. So 16-10. So let me ask you this. Did he do that because he knows when he wants to, he can just start driving nails into it? Or
Yes.
are you seeing something that concerns you?
No, I'm not yet. And the reason I say that is because Isaac did the exact same thing against Jay a game earlier.
Yeah.
He gave up like 7 points early just because in that moment he didn't care. He's like, hey,
Right.
I'm here, reset myself, throw these bags, throw them left-handed, I don't care. And then he's 12, airmail drag, 12.
Nice bag. And that's
So-
not to be disrespectful either. That is just resetting your own brain.
Correct.
With knowing what you need to do for you.
And the thing is, that's going to come off disrespectful, and I get it. I also don't care, but I get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do what I need to do to reset myself, much like you said. But no, that shot selection from Caleb in that round was him just seeing it is what it is.
Caleb should come right to left here, and he does, and leaves them all sitting there. Wow.
And it's an 8-8. Wow.
Yeah, he didn't pull hers nor his. So a couple of snowmen leaves it at 16-10. Let's see what else is going on. Like I said, Jacob Whaley awaits the winner of this match after having dispatched Rudy Fernandez 21-13. Nick Close is up 9-2 over Matthew Davis. Let's see, 21-0. Sammy Van Sickle over Eric Sullivan. How about that?
Wow.
Nice V block right there. Is that what? Did I get the right letter?
Sammy's played very well this whole weekend, and he's, again, we talked about there,
Nice cleanup.
of the names that aren't hurt, Van Sickle's definitely up there as one that can unseat them.
Yeah. And he did earlier in juniors. He took down Isaac in juniors.
Exactly
For the
my
first
point.
juniors trophy of the season. Absolutely. I think he's confident he's going to win the entire thing.
Good push through by Jennifer. That was a great bag
Nicely done.
to run through both of them.
Nicely done. That's all right. A double 4-bagger. He's a beast. Social. Double 4-bagger social. Heck to the yeah. Socials are tough when you have a microphone right in front of your drink hole.
Right.
I said socials are a little tough when you have a mic in front of your drink hole.
Caleb Hurt still leads 16-10 as we creep our way to a singles conclusion here in the first major of the historic Season 20 ACO Buffalo from the Riverworks right on the Buffalo River. Tier play just went live, I'm being told.
Look at that. That bag hanging up there from Caleb should be collected right here, and it is. And it was just enough to get in the periphery there of Jennifer, and she lost one out to the right side, but she's back to her rhythm. Hopefully can minimize that damage to 2. Well, which she has. So 18-10. Caleb 3 away from advancing, but I'll tell you something, this is not over. Jennifer has a real nice, consistent pitch, and she seems very comfortable now on center court. She turned to us on the way back last time from east to west. Guy's a beast. I'm like, have you never heard of him? Are you new? I love that.
It's like, hi, this is Caleb Hurt. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
Glad to be here.
Caleb Hurt, Rush Chairman. I'll tell you what, though. She really, really, I think, throws a good game.
She does.
She gets in her own head a little bit, maybe her own worst enemy, but she has dealt with the nerves. Nice bag right there. She's dealt with the nerves pretty well and had a great night last night, coming up to try to run it through and runs it off the back. And that's going to be a problem, especially against that guy.
Yeah.
So if she can get it through in a 12:09, I don't think it's going to matter here because he is. Oh, and she's not. That's going to do it. But very well played. Caleb Hurt will advance beyond Jennifer DiPasquale, who is going to go to the losers bracket. I would not want to be facing her down there. Jacob Whaley is now getting ready to step up and square off against Caleb here on center court. Again, if you're watching, we're thrilled to have you along. Check us out on the YouTube channel, American Cornhole. And let us know where you're watching from. I know the UK is checking in. Alistair, good to have you, man. We were on a Zoom call with him just a couple of weeks ago. Folks at the UKCL kicking ass and taking names throughout the UK, and looking forward to getting our 2 ACO European majors together with Daniel Lilly, who has taken over as the ACO director. Manchester and Birmingham are the 2 locations for this year in the UK. One of these days I want to get one in New Zealand or Australia. China is now in play, and it just keeps getting bigger and better. So looking forward to a great season 20. Maz, who's going to win it all this year? I hate to put you on the spot.
Yeah, we're in major
11
number
months
1.
ahead of time.
I appreciate that. You know what? Me, Finn.
You're going to, okay, good.
I'm going to win.
Very well.
I got plenty of time to get my stuff under control.
All right, well, since we're talking fantasy land here, when's the next time you're going to Disney with the little one?
Tomorrow.
No offense, but talk to me. Who are in your top 3?
Here's the thing, because I don't want to put both Hurts in the top 3, even though that's very realistic.
Yeah.
I put Isaac over Caleb at this exact moment, even though Caleb just beat him. I still put Isaac as the top seed. Overall in the world, I think Mason's gonna.
Mason Higgins.
Yep, gonna be another one.
And he wasn't going to come back this year. Wasn't he going to give up Cornhole for racing? And he's decided to come back.
One more good run,
which is going to be fun to watch. Nothing like air horns in your backswing, says Tammy. And you know what's funny about that? We thought those were boats. You know what that is? That's the bridge. It's the drawbridge before it goes up and goes down. So you can blame the big boats, but not the boats themselves. There was a thunderclap and a lightning strike that hit this morning, apparently, that shot a handful of players right out of their drawers.
Nice.
So it could have been, I guess it could be worse. Jennifer was in Buffalo last year. Yes, she and her partner won Tier 2, I do believe. And the Hurts were here last year. Watching from Grand Island is Sean Hurley. How about that? Georgia checking in. Hurt territory in Virginia. David Riley says, I'm going to win it all, Finn. Bring it. Sean Hurley says Bobby Sperry's going to win it all.
Those are all good names.
Yeah. We saw Sperry play yesterday in seniors and acquitted himself very nicely as well. Now Jennifer's down. I don't know if she's warming up. Oh, no. Is she taking on Josephina? Yes, she is. Jennifer and Josephina. That's going to be a good game as well. But we're going to watch a couple of pro jerseys battle shoulder to shoulder here on center court, that being Jacob Whaley and Caleb Hurt. Jacob has had a really nice run here the last couple of seasons. And I think this is going to be a flat-out gunfight right here.
This is going to be a good one. And so to finish answering your question,
yes. I gave you a little more time to think about it.
Yeah, thank you. I had to go through and kind of check some numbers. Isaac, I have. Mason, I have again. And I have Braden Easterling.
Okay.
I think he's going to be top 3. Okay. I think he's one of the ones that can compete with the Hurts, as we saw him make a deep run at Worlds.
He was there at the end of Worlds.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
That's a fact. You know what? I would almost make. I know it's not fair to say top 3 and give 4 names.
Honorable mention.
But I think I agree with you all the way around, and I would put Caleb in there.
Yep.
Maybe shoulder to shoulder at second or third. But I think we have the first chance for a repeat in a long time if our current king can keep his focus, and I think he'll have it.
Absolutely. And a lot of it, it's the mental part of how do you handle boredom?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because you've been doing it. And that's why we saw they won like the first 8 majors or 6 majors and then just took break off for months.
Yeah.
And we kind of had to get readjusted or whatnot, and then they just blew through in Owensboro. But because there was one major they finished, after not playing for months, they finished 17th or 24th or something in that range. It's okay. How are you going to handle those lulls, like the break in between and whatnot?
Well, we saw them front load their points and clear all their points early in the season, like you said last year. And
yep.
Yeah, you do. And you've talked about, you even specifically mentioned, how do you ramp up and gear up for what's going on? And we're seeing that happen right now in first gear, second gear, maybe trying to work their way to third with that doubles championship. But yeah, and then because they have two opportunities or needs to do that when they clear all their points. We've seen other players who've done that, cleared points very early in the season, then just sort of disintegrate for a minute and then have to gear back up again. So I think, yeah, you're exactly right there. But do they do that at the same schedule because they tend to play shoulder to shoulder now that Caleb's married and his schedule's a little different? What's that going to look like? But Mason Higgins is going to be very exciting to watch. I agree. Braden Easterling, you want to talk about a guy who has got, he's just got ice water in his veins as well. And knowing he'll be back is exciting. And I don't know, there's going to be some players that are going to want their names to be mentioned in that conversation. I think we're going to start seeing them sooner rather than later now in season 20. Caleb out to an early 9-0 lead.
I saw that the blink of an eye.
As we talk about Jacob really kicking ass and taking names. He right now is in the process of kicking his own.
Makes it 11-0.
And calling names. Yeah, 11-0. Who else is... Parker wins it, says Stephanie Burgett. Come on now. Come on, Mrs. Rourke. Fantasy Island. There's a chance of him getting a tattoo. But that's as close to Fantasy Island, I think, maybe. I think that he might be in the top 10? Absolutely. We shall see. Bully Dog Cornhole checking in from Medford, Oregon. Looking forward to getting out to Medford, Oregon a couple times this season. That's going to be awesome. Easterling says it's not happening. He's not repeating. So, Braden,
all right,
you've been called out.
All right.
All you have to do is prove us right or prove yourself right. And look at this, 13-0. Good bit of a bum's rush. Gavin Lesh. Eric Holder says Gavin Lesh is going to be a household name by Tulsa. Irvin is going to be a different animal with him with new bags.
He's also good, absolutely.
And Gavin Lesh was a name we heard a lot around Worlds, and he didn't really materialize the way that I think a lot expected him to. And Jacob, I almost feel like Jacob thinks he's practicing right now, the way he's looking off and just tossing off to the side.
It's an airmail.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
His throwaway bag is an airmail.
Yep.
That pisses me off. But he dropped 4 there, so now 17. Nothing when somebody's throwaway bag is an airmail when they're even looking.
I know. No, I get that. And again, I've been guilty of doing that sometimes. When I get mad, it is what it is. Everybody deals with it differently, and I understand that. Yeah. But no, I definitely understand where you're coming from. With that, as singles tier 2 gets released, I've been beckoned.
Oh, have you? Okay, well,
I have.
Go see what's happening in tier 2, and let's see how long it takes you to get back here. The longer it takes, the better it is.
One game. I'll be back in one game.
We shall see. All right, Mad Maz heading off to tier 2, which is unfortunate for my bladder because I was getting ready to get called to tier 1, if you will. 21-0. Do you believe it? Caleb Hurt exacts his revenge on the game and the universe of Cornhole 21-0. Caleb and Nick Close will battle next. Sammy Van Sickle and Zaven Williams also at zeros. That would be a good match to watch unless we're going to be watching Caleb throughout, but it looks like he's grabbed his drink and he's taken off. So we'll find out from the booth what we've got going. Maybe, I don't know, it looks like maybe they are underway already on court 2. No, they haven't started yet. Do we want to take that one? Xavier Williams and Van Sickle, or do we want to wait? I don't know. We'll take it. Caleb Hurt and Nick Close ready to fire at one another. Hayden Fridley took down Wes Jackson 21-4, so he will await the winner of Scott Harper and John Rissner, working their way through the top part of the bracket. Let's see what's going on down low. Terry Harris up over Deb Smith, 11-7. Josephina Ernstberger down 6-2 to Jennifer De Pasquale, who we featured here just a moment ago on center court. Teresa Gregory the first ever ACO lifetime member with her tattoo on the top of her foot up over Chad Jackson 4-3. Isaac Hurt up 16-7 over Mateo May. Todd Gammon awaits the winner of that one. And Dan Parham and Sean Scott knotted at nil right now. Barry Hempy awaits the winner of that one. So it looks like, yes, it will indeed be Zaven Williams and Sammy Van Sickle here on center court, so stay close. Aaron Burris, it's like you are a fortune teller there. Purple jersey versus a corny 40 jersey there. Zaven Williams, he was part of my my pick in the draft, the announcers draft for Worlds 19, and he was nice enough to thank me for picking him. I appreciate you allowing me to pick you. Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO Buffalo. We are at the amazing Riverside Industrial Complex. This place is unbelievable, that being Riverworks. We're just looking down the concert schedule. Bad Religion is coming in here. There's a 4,000-seat venue. Well, not seat, capacity venue behind us. So we talk about the ability to expand if need be. This place is massive. We're set up on an indoor-outdoor ice rink. I say indoor only because it's covered. There are two side-by-side here and then a 4,000 capacity venue in over our shoulder where the restaurant and the bar is. But, yeah, Bad Religion, Manchester Orchestra, a host of other metal bands. I think they just had Chevelle here not long ago. So if you are a music fan and you're within a couple of hours of Buffalo, it's absolutely worth a trip into Buffalo to check it out. And what a kick-ass venue this has been. And I know the OCC Roadhouse tonight is going to be kind enough to host ACO players who are in town early to a Genesis tribute band with VIP tickets. So if you had an opportunity to sign up for that major, you're going to have an opportunity to go check out that show for free before the action really gets into gear tomorrow with Andy B. from B3 Bags and Steph Burgett on Sunday and Monday from Clearwater, Florida. What a doubleheader weekend to kick off Season 20 as we get ready for this game. Zaven Williams in the yellow corny 40 jersey, Sammy Van Sickle in the purple jersey, and the two of them underway. Mad Maz off to Tier 2, and again, tier play in doubles. We have gone 5 deep into the doubles tiers. Your tier is determined by your PPR. That'd be points per round via Scoreholio. Opportunity for more to win trophies and come into Cornhole at a shoulder-to-shoulder level as the Sammy lays up low, and we take the 4-point wash. Not a real good help for the PPR, but nevertheless, live to fight another round. He throws the bag down there to see if it would have been enough to knock it through, and it would have not done the trick. So first bag out of the hands of the higher seed Zaven Williams, coming in randomly at number 11. Sammy Van Sickle at 46. First two bags up and under. One got away from Zaven just a little bit. I think Zaven Williams is one of those that a lot of people have their eye on again for Season 20. Who knows? But Van Sickle, Ernstberger. Well, we have Maggie Geiger is a name that we continue to gloss over only because we're so used to seeing her at the top of the women's division, the co-ed division with Wayne Rao. And I'll tell you, she has been throwing lights out. Player of the season a number of times. Just continues to deliver very quietly. No, the machine gun, Maggie Geiger, is the quietest machine gun you will ever see or hear in your entire life. But, man, when she gets in a groove, good luck. Kim Dice, we tend to be hitting on a lot of those who are really have made a lot of noise here over the last couple of seasons. But McKenna Kopp, just a host of fantastic women in that division. And, I mean, Tammy Williams still, you just never know. Will Paula Stevens make a run? She was player of the season a handful of seasons ago as well. So that's going to be 10 on 8. Yeah, 10 on 8. So that'll take it to 4-0. Sammy Van Sickle holds the lead over Zaven Williams. The winner of this will play the winner of Caleb Hurt and Nick Close, a game that I would imagine you will see here on center court as well. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who your pick is. Who's going to make their way through the winners and the losers bracket here? Caleb bounced Isaac to the losers bracket in the first round of the draw based on the random seeding. So Isaac is finding his way back through the loser's bracket. Van Sickle goes in and lays up thinking he's going to drop everything. It looks like those are still going to move, and they will, I do believe. At least one. I'm surprised those other two haven't fallen in there. Almost hanging vertically. Almost completely vertically. Look at that. A roll bag that should have done it now. Did that pinch? It almost looks as if it pinched. Oh, nice cleanup right there. Yeah, the Caleb match will be up next. All right. So that's going to be a 12 on 10. So that should put Sammy up. He had the 12. Yep. So that's going to put him up 6-0 now. Terre Haute, Indiana. In for Sammy Van Sickle. He was kind enough to text earlier if he could have permission to plug in his charger for his AirPods. He said he gets a couple hours of use out of those before he has to recharge, but that rechargeable case, always on a charger somewhere. A couple bags fall in just from the vibration of the board. Zaven Williams coming in left to right. Bunches it up again. This should clean it up here with Sammy. Nice rotation. Oh, and he leaves his lane out to the left side around 9 o'clock. Cut right to left. Will Zaven. Oh, he doesn't take advantage of the opportunity. Washington's. Leaves everything right where it was. 6-0. David Riley says Sammy is going to be taking down singles. You know what? It wouldn't surprise any of us based on what we've seen so far this weekend. He already has the Juniors Championship under his belt here on a gorgeous weekend in Buffalo, New York. I think next weekend they've got a big Bills Mafia party going on here at Riverworks. If you were a folding table, I would beware. Nice bag right there. Cuts right to left from that inside arm. And another roll bag very nicely done by Zaven Williams. Oh, and another one. Look at this. That was 3 rolls in a row. That's like me looking in the mirror after a shower. Oh, there's 4. Hope I'm not there yet. Oh, look at that one. It tumbles into the right, but that's going to be 2 up top for Zaven. So that's going to be, 10 on 8. So Van Sickle picks up another couple. Morgantown, Kentucky, says Chris Wood. Good to have the Bluegrass State checking in. Make sure you share the link here on Facebook, or if you're watching the thicker, richer color of the YouTube channel broadcast, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell and share it all the way around the Cornhole universe. And again, it's back-to-back majors this week. Tonight, we will crown a singles champion, and then all the action gets underway in Clearwater, Florida. A little gathering there at the hole. Seems like we've seen a lot of that from these guys, just kind of stacking them up. I think it's going to be a little bit too much to penetrate for Zaven. He's going up top. Oh, and he bounces one off the backside. And that is an unfortunate turn of events. A 6 on 5? Yeah, that'll take Sammy to a 9-0 lead. Little Hocking, Ohio. Is that near Hocking Hills, Travis? I've been to Hocking Hills, done some, believe it or not, hiking around through there, and went to a cool little restaurant where we could bring our own beer, and the server had a couple with us. Sammy Van Sickle steps out to the right. He's going to try to roll one center middle. Center middle. That's a brilliant call right there. And all one off to the side. Zaven loses one off the corner. The Department of Redundancy department called and asked me to tighten it up just a little bit. Coming in hot. Oh, and he cleans it up. Nicely done. So one off and one off to the side. Is going to be able to clean all that up. Looked like it was going to, but he's got one left to get it done. So there's a 12 on 9. So that's going to be another 3 spot, it looks like, for Sammy Van Sickle. And Zaven Williams, I don't know what he's listening to on those beats, but hopefully it's a motivational speech on how to drop a dozen and come back and make it happen. See what else is going on score-wise. around the horn here, no pun intended. Hayden Fridley waiting the winner of Scott Harper, who's down 15-1 to John Rissner. Let's see. John Barnes up 13-4 over Jacob Whaley, who right now is risking the wheels completely coming off. Terry Harris up 6-2 over Matthew Davis. Jay Longwell up 7-6 over Eric Sullivan. Zach Campbell 16-8 over Kim Dice in the losers bracket. Josephine Ernstberger down 19-2 to Jennifer De Pasquale. Chad Jackson up 14-8. So will Chad Jackson make it a little bit further? Don't know. We shall see. Dan Parham down 11-8 to Sean Scott. And now we are, am I reading that right? 20-0. Sammy Van Sickle, who very well could be taking the singles championship if he keeps this kind of tear up, 20-0. Jacob Whaley down 16-4. Terry Harris up 7-2. Van Sickle's just got to play his game. He's left that one sitting there to run through it. Zaven's got one out of play. 2 left to go. Almost appears to be, I was going to say a foregone conclusion, but now he's left himself with a tricky one. I wouldn't chase it if I'm Philip Barnett. I'm saying don't chase that young man running up the middle and live to fight another frame. Will he get it? Coming in with the angle. And he TPs it. Well, thank you for the favor, but I'll take the Washingtons. It remains 20-0, and I think Josephina Ernstberger has now called it a tournament. I think she is finished. Yes, she did. 21-2, taken down by Jennifer De Pasquale, who will now face Rudy Fernandez in hopes of getting to Robert Sperry next. Matt Davis up 12-7 over Terry Harris. Jay Longwell down 8-7 to Eric Sullivan. Sammy Van Sickle continues to march towards 21 with a 20-0 lead over top of Zaven Williams. And the head game turned out to be just too much. John Barnes takes down Jacob Whaley 21-4 in the losers bracket, so that is the end of the day for Jacob. And now let's find out what's going to happen here, who's going to end up fighting their way back through now. Van Sickle has one he's got to be very careful of if he's aggressive. Now he's got 1 under and 3 on top, so he's showing a 6. Is this going to be, now it's going to be what, a 10 on 5? Is that a 10 on 5? Yeah, it is 10 on 5. So Zaven Williams, if you're going to crack the egg, that's a good way to do it. And he's done just that, 20-5. And there is still fight left in that Corny 40 jersey. And did he sow a couple of seeds of doubt into the mind of Sammy Van Sickle? We shall see. Dexter, Missouri, 20 minutes from the king of cornhole, Craig Irvin. What do you say, Richard Jones? What's going on? No softball tournament this weekend? Oh, okay. Travis says Little Hocking, Ohio is about an hour away from Hocking Hills. Well, I'll tell you what, that's got to be a big area because those are some mighty hills. All right, so these two, there's a couple underneath, a block and a reblock. What's going to up and over the top? Nice bag by Zaven. Very clean airmail. 2 bags left to go for Sammy. Thinks about it, goes up and over, and he drains the airmail. Was kind of hoping maybe to, well, no, actually he wasn't there. That's not his bag. That's Zaven's bag there, so just to leave that alone, nicely done. Richard is retired from softball. I think you did mention that to me. A timeout being taken here on center court. A good opportunity to remind you that we are in Buffalo, New York. A major that has grown almost by double since last we were here last season, and looking forward to continuing to grow it here in Buffalo this season. I think we were about a month earlier in the year than we were last year, and I think weather-wise we couldn't have found a sweeter spot to be in Buffalo right here on the river, the easternmost point of Lake Erie and not too far away from Lake Ontario. Matter of fact, Mad Maz and his family ventured over the Canadian border last night and almost didn't make it back across late night. Going to go ahead and lay up low, and Sammy, is he going to try to finish it off? He wants to go down and take a look at it now. So right now, he's looking at 8 on 7. 8 on 7. If he lays it up for the wash, it stays 20-5. If he gets it in, it's 10 on 8, and he takes the game. What's he going to do? All bets are off right now. No more bets. No more bets. He's going for it. Up and over. Oh, and he nails it, and that is nicely done. How about that? You know what? They say no guts, no glory with a 20-5 lead. Absolutely. When I got commentary going in my side ear, and I said, is he going to go for the wash? And I hear, wash my ass. And I'm like, that didn't come out the way you meant it, but I know exactly what you mean. Well played. Sammy Van Sickle will take on the winner of John Risner and Hayden Fridley. Oh, no, I take that back. He's going to take on the winner of Caleb Hurt and Nick Close. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he did, and he did it. So, very nicely done. So, Nick Close will take on Caleb Hurt here on center court. In case you're wondering, Caleb Hurt is the one with the hat on, in case you're new to the sport. I'm running out of things to say, man. Travis, he's crushing it, man. What a great weekend. He took the gutsy shot, and he killed it. All right, Rich Jones. No more softball focusing strictly on pitching bags now. And I would tell you, if you've played Richard Jones, that is no fun for you to hear. That's a fact. Huh? Oh, yeah. Got the tape. Nick Close has got his right knee additional support. Not sure what's going on there in the headphones. But he's wearing that state championship jersey, so you know he means a business. Matt Ledbetter said, I hate I missed it. What bags did he end up throwing? I'm not quite sure. West Virginia doubles. Oh, yeah. What bags was he throwing, Sammy? Yeah, I don't know. We don't have time between matches because it's so rapid fire for them to even come over here and let us know. And unless they come over here and make it a point to tell us, or unless the designers of the bags put a big fat logo on it, which some designers do. IMF tends to. CBC does. Gusto does. It's pretty easy to identify from here. Ruthless Bags. A couple of others. OTTs, pretty easily recognizable. Luckies, obviously, tend to work with a lot of green and a lot of clovers. Outside of that, we count on the kindness of strangers to let us know. So Caleb Hurt, Nick Close, underway. This is going to be a battle. Caleb staying with those green Gustos. The Royal Flushes. HR? All right, somebody was just asking what you were throwing. Now we know. HR Bag Company. There you go. No, Batman took the bags you were throwing. Well, that seems to have done you a favor here, my friend. Only in as much as you're throwing lights out, you're getting a lot of support, a lot of love here on the stream. A fellow named Travis, are you familiar with him? Travis Van Sickle? No? He was very much in your corner. All right, Zeros here with another wash as these guys still wait to see who's going to draw first blood. And we could be here for a while with this. These are two very deliberate pitchers. As tier play continues throughout the venue, Deb Smith making her way around the arena here. Jacob Whaley is still shaking his head. I see him walking around the venue here, shaking his head as if to say, what happened? We had just been selling him big time. Nick drops one in there on Caleb. That one's out of play, so he's just got to do what he can to get to that 2 10s, which they've done, so we stay on zeros. It's events like this, as I look around the room, where I wish I had invented the slingback chair. That's all I can say. Nick has that first bag out of his right paw, lays a blocker down in front of Caleb, who probably will roll up and over. Oh, he just cuts around it. He's going to try to impede that access point there, and Caleb says, all right, well, if you're going to let me have a middle, I'll go ahead and plug in. Let's see what you can do with your remaining 2 bags. And he rolls one up and over, and it kicks off to the left, so the first points look like they are going to be drawn here on this frame. There's 1 underneath. Oh, and 2 off the back now, so that's going to be, what, a 6 on 2? No, it's going to be an 8 on 2. Looks like, yeah, so that's going to be a 6 spot right out of the chute. Well, not right out of the chute. It's taking a handful of rounds to get something broken off. Yeah, I'm going to bring in a special guest into the booth, Teresa Gregory, and you're going to get to meet her as this game continues on. I'm going to hand her a headset, and you're saying to yourself, Teresa Gregory, I know that name. It's been a minute since I've heard that name, and it's because, correct me if I'm wrong, it was, what, about a year you took off?
Actually, it was longer than that.
Was it longer than that?
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw you and Tracy for the first time in a minute here the other day, and so what's been going on with you? And here's, we're going to get to it, what we're talking about here in just a moment as this game continues to fire away.
Yeah.
Nick is able to grab a couple of points back from Caleb, but what have you guys been up to?
Work, mostly.
Work? Yeah, still got to work. Doesn't that suck?
Oh, it does.
We have so much fun when we're out together, but you still got to go home and do that whole work thing.
Oh, I know.
And Teresa sits next to me as the number 13th lifetime member of the ACO, the American Cornhole Organization. I had clocked in at number 13, even though it was during COVID. I didn't get my tattoo until number 13. And you sit next to me because you were tattoo number 1. I want to see it. Can you show it to me on the top of your foot?
I can.
Top of your foot. This was a number of years ago, and this was a tribute tattoo, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first one, and Frank here said, you know what, I love that idea. How about we make anybody who gets an ACO piece of approved artwork, make them a lifetime member, and you get that lifetime jersey, free membership the rest of your life. There's a bag, another couple of tickets that are another couple of points gathered back by Nick Close, and there it is right there on the top.
Yep. It says last shot.
Last shot. And this was a tribute to?
My son.
Your son. And so Frank says, you know what about a lifetime membership for anybody who gets a tattoo? And he thought, 10 or 15 people maybe. I think he thought 3 or 4. I said, dude, you have no idea how many people are going to do this. And he couldn't believe it. We're up at 150 plus right now. Look what you did. Would you mind giving me some lottery numbers, if you don't mind, before you take off?
Well, I always said if Frank, as long as he don't send me a bill for everybody's membership fees, we're good.
Right. And 6 on 4 is where we find ourselves. Yeah, pull that in a little bit closer to you. There we go. I want to hear every bit of what you got to tell me. And Nick is going to drop another couple there to Caleb. But this has been a pretty solid game of feeling each other out to find out who's bringing what to the game. And that was a 12 on 10. So a 2 spot there added to double the lead up to 8 on 4. But so you've been working. Do a lot of people in the summertime when you got your shoes off ask you, what's the deal with that tattoo? What's that all about? Or does everybody pretty much know?
Well, there's not really a big community where we are.
Okay.
So
where's home?
Franklin, Kentucky.
Oh, Franklin, Kentucky. Okay, yeah.
So everybody sort of knows everybody, and they pretty much all know.
Yeah. Well, it's an awesome thing, and I'll tell you, you spawned a program and some of the most amazing tattoo art I've ever seen amongst members of the ACO. And feel free, if you are a lifetime member, shout out in the comments with your number. Let's see who wants to check in. You're not going to be ahead of number 1 here, but you may be between her and number 13, which would be yours truly. And I caught a little bit of hell. It was a 10 on 8 right there now. So Caleb holds a 10-4 lead. I caught a little bit of hell by being number 13, but not actually being the 13th to have the ink. Because during COVID, the guy that I wanted to do mine, it was 6 months to get in to see him.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. So I got 2 done in the same day, which is probably a terrible idea, but I did it anyway.
Well, it all started because my oldest son, he was in the Air Force.
Okay.
So I got an Air Force symbol, the tattoo. And then it was getting time for another tattoo.
Right.
And my son Austin made pro that year. So I was like, perfect tattoo. So that's how it come about.
Well, it worked out great, and I'll tell you, it's created its own cottage industry in so many. In fact, it's even spawned a whole other set, and that's the Whole Nation tattoo, now with Rich and Tracy. So now there are a handful of those out there as well. And, boy, look at that. There's a couple of bags left out to the left side by Caleb. So it looks like we're looking on a 12 on 8. Is that right? Not sure if he's submitted that yet. I'm not sure. I think they need to submit here in a moment. I was catching it out of the corner of my eye, but no, that's very cool. And again, having started something that I don't think anybody saw getting as big as it is, and welcome back, you and your tattoo, and Tracy to boot.
Well, thank you very much.
Glad to have you back, and glad to have you here in Buffalo and kicking off the historic season 20. Teresa and Tracy Gregory, glad to have you both back. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
All right, thank you.
Cheers. Good to see you. All right, my man Mad Maz is back from tier play. I don't see him holding a trophy, so that means I don't know where he went. All right, well, we'll find out. Thanks, Teresa. Be good. Oh, man. Well, I hope he didn't go back to Canada, or we may never see him again. All right, so 10 on 5, Caleb over Nick Close. As they go down to collect, there's a couple underneath, and I think all 4. Oh, there's one off the back, so he's got 3 up and 1 off the back. So that is 8 on 3. So that's going to take us to 15 to 5. I think so. I don't know. My math sucks. I was paying attention to Teresa and her tattoo. Cody, you see Mama Hurt pacing in the background. What's funny is I think it's been burned into the screens, Cody, that even if she's not doing it, you just see the ghost of it happening because you know it is somewheres. There's a bag off the back from Nick, and he's had a little bit of trouble with control, but honestly, unable to capitalize on that is Caleb because he's not going to go back and get that one. Nice bag there to clean up. So with 1 off the back, now he's going to try to get in there and collect. I think if I know him well enough, get up there and drag it. Oh, and unless it falls within the prescribed 5 seconds, they're going to walk very slowly. Well, at least Nick is. And they're going to go ahead and collect everything. And that'll be a 10 on 7, which makes it 18 to 5. Sammy Van Sickle awaits the winner of this match. And there is still room for Nick to make the case to come back and face off against Sammy. Oh, there's one off the back. Caleb saying, come on, man, come and get it. Oh, it's nice. He left that blocker in front, delivers the airmail. Caleb going to try to roll over. It's what I expected there. Is he going to go up and over again? Yeah, if nothing else, it pinches Caleb up and out of the way. Now the roll bag again up, and he sits it up on top. Now the question becomes, as he looks back at the scoreboard, does Nick at 18 to 5, what does he need to do here? He's got 1 under. He's going to go in hot. Oh, and he's going to get him. Are they going to fall? Are they going to fall? They are not. They're going to pinch up. So he's got 8. I tell you what, that's a mess to figure out right there. But I think it was maybe an 8 on 3. Wow. Yeah, that's a PPR killer. But that's an 8 on 3. Richard Damron, number 128, checking in. Good to have you, brother. Lifetime members always welcome. All members always welcome. New members particularly. All right, so 18 to 10. Nicholas Close trying to keep it so. Nice bag there to get around. Nick should be able to nudge that thing if he wants to get it up there a little bit more playable maybe. Caleb will do him a little bit of a favor, not so much. Oh, boy. That hurts. Caleb's just going to take care of business right up the middle. So there's right now a 9-on-5, and that's off the back. And that's going to do it. The headphones have come off. The gloves came off. And that's going to be the end of that one. 21-10. The winner takes on Sammy Van Sickle. And that winner is Caleb Hurt. So Caleb will remain here on center court, I do believe, as Sammy gathers his bags and will head up there. He gets a couple of high fives while taters are exchanged between Nick Close, who has thrown himself a fantastic singles match so far. And now we will find out where he's going to wind up down here. Let me see if I can change out this bracket and get a good look who he'll be facing off with. Oh, he's got a handful of games, but ultimately it's going to be whoever's facing off against Stuart Graham. Very possible we'll see Nick Close here once again just a little while. But Caleb Hurt, Sammy Van Sickle getting ready to find out who will face Hayden Fridley, who is now awaiting an opponent to battle for the King's seat. Matt Davis and Scott Harper knotted at nil, as are Eric Sullivan and Zach Campbell. Jennifer De Pasquale 16-15 over Rudy Fernandez. That's a dog fight. 9-5, Barry Hempy over Sean Scott. So quite a few games still to be played, but we will play it through here and get ourselves a singles champion here for the ACO Season 20. Double-header weekend kickoff. As soon as we're done here, we'll turn things over to the team in Clearwater, Florida, the OCC Roadhouse. And it is absolutely officially underway. Hunter Damron. I'm going to go ahead, I guess maybe you and Rich went in the same day to get number 127 and 128. Is that a fair guess? We shall see. You guys can confirm that in the comments. Anything you want to add to the comments here on your Saturday, glad to have you along for the ride. And if you happen to be watching along on the YouTube channel, feel free to check in and say hello as well. But what a weekend it has been. Take a moment to congratulate our winners. Hang on, let me wet my proverbial whistle. There you go. Thursday night, Russell, Hot Wheels Love, and Matt Batman Davis defended their world championship in adaptive cornhole, taking the first adaptive tournament championship of the season. Sammy, who's letting the bag go right now with that purple jersey, took down juniors, took down Isaac Hurt, as a matter of fact, to win our first juniors division this season. Josephina Ernstberger, who just had her day ended in singles, I do believe, took the women's championship from Kim Dice. Scott Harper took the seniors. Jennifer De Pasquale, who took down Josephine Ernstberger a moment ago in singles, partnered up with Michael Ravenhorst for a co-ed. Kim Dice led Team CBC over Charity Jackson and Team IMF in the Bagmaster quads. And Kim Dice and Stuart Graham took down the big blind draw when all was said and done last night as well. Isaac and Caleb Hurt began where they ended with the doubles championship earlier today, and it is already an early 7-0 lead for Caleb Hurt, who is not messing around. His brow furrowed about an hour and a half ago, and it is yet to crack. No, man, that's a result that he was not expecting. I think he thought he might be able to clean him up and take the one in and down under, but that is going to cost Sammy a couple other points. I think 12 on 8. Yep, so that'll be another 4 spots. So 2 strips of bacon and an egg on the scoreboard right now. A little Billy Joel in the background. Yeah, Rich, I knew the father and son part. I just didn't know if you went in the same day. That's what I was curious about. Like I said, I had to book 2 tattoos on the same day because I was lucky to get in. All right. Sometimes it's nice just to hush and watch. Oh, boy, and that fourth bag blues, that's a 12 on 10. 13-0 right now with Caleb Hurt as he continues to try to march toward that king seat. But Hayden Fridley awaits the winner of this match, and we'll have something to say about that, to be sure. Saw Hayden up here earlier in doubles, acquitting himself very nicely, and there's a bag and an opportunity for Sammy to take advantage of. I see Isaac Hurt sitting over there off to the side watching Big Bro. I thought, I wonder if his day's done. And I looked down and found out, no, it is not. He will face off against the winner of Barry Heppy and Sean Scott after having taken down Todd Gammon. 1 under for each. And welcome back from Tier 2, my friend.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, and look at that. What a shot. He's able to collapse all of those bags. And we have not seen that happen very often when those laundry piles are setting themselves up. And that is a 12 on 6.
And he left Caleb's where they were, which is all the more impressive.
Yeah, they just kind of sat and stuck. So 13-6. Tier 2 will have to soldier on without you, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I threw a 9-something in co-ed and then a 7 today in singles because that's how the world works.
That's how it works. Somehow the universe knows where you're supposed to be.
At the bottom.
No, over here.
Yeah.
Please don't refer to this as the bottom.
No, I meant in standings.
Yeah, you can. I think. Oh, you know what? Yeah, when
Okay.
Teresa was up here, I turned it way up so I could pick up the delicacy of her speech pattern. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go ahead
we probably talk a little differently.
and even you out there just a little bit. Give you a little bit more there, and we're good to go. Sammy leaves one up high, so that should be, a 12 on 10. Puts another deuce on Caleb's tally at 15 on 6. I almost wonder if Sammy is overthinking it. He's taking a little bit longer to throw than I've noticed him taking over the games where he's really hit his stride. Caleb
Absolutely.
will push that in there and get it ready to clean up if Sammy doesn't, which he probably will. Yeah. He's really hitting and sticking. Both of them are. And there's another one that drops down under, so he's got a little bit of work to do. Is he going to try the airmail up and over? Yeah, he is. He's going to try to go in there and drag 2. Off the back, unfortunately for him, and the roll bag just sits up on top. And, yeah, you can take a timeout and go look at it. I don't know if it's going to make you feel any better when you get down there.
No, but those 2 bags by Sammy are on the verge of falling. So I think that one on the left side for sure. I think Caleb might have kind of the weight down on one of those bags on the right.
On the right side,
yeah.
yeah.
Sitting underneath Caleb's bags. But that bag on the left, I think, goes if he hits the airmail as he should.
Well, if he does, right. But you saw that last attempt was back there
Yeah.
by the score tower. And then
Short memory, man. Short memory.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's what the timeout was for. To cleanse the memory. Is he going up? Yeah, he might as well. Bang, and off the back, and I think that's going to do it. So that's going to put Caleb Hurt back further into the winner's bracket. Sammy Van Sickle will drop down, and Caleb and Hayden Fridley will face off here in just a moment. Rudy Fernandez and Robert Sperry underway 2-0. Zach Campbell up 14-4 on Eric Sullivan. Scott Harper 19-7 up over Matt Davis. Let's see what other scores, if any, we can convey. Barry Hempy 17-7 up over Sean Scott. Isaac Hurton awaiting the winner of that. Stuart Graham has moved on in the loser's bracket. He'll face the winner of Sperry Fernandez. And as these guys get ready to throw their warm-up tosses, I'm going to leave this to you for a moment, and I'm going to go out and interview some of the folks by the men's room. How's that sound?
as we reset the scene for you as Finn about pulls off my headset. Caleb Hurt and Hayden Fridley here. Winners bracket final, the king seat game in the ACO Buffalo Major singles main bracket. Excuse me. Caleb Hurt, by virtue of the number on his back, the number 1 seed from season 19, ended the season as the number 1 player of the year, dons that number 1 jersey. Hayden Fridley in the gray, what's that? It's not TCL, it's not BCHL. Not sure what that t-shirt is, but it's a throwing man nonetheless. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. As they get their warm-up tosses down, Mad Maz, Isaac Mazenka here bringing you action live. Finn stepped away. I'll handle a game or so myself. From the Buffalo River Works, just on the Buffalo River, as you hear boat horns honking, the tow bridge going up and down. All these things very distracting when you're throwing cornhole bags. There's a fist bump, and we are underway here in Buffalo. Caleb Hurt, like so many times before, spinning that right arm, bag is up and in. Hayden again with the bag on that backside, about 2 o'clock. It's got a foot in the water, but it's not going to go without a whole bunch of help. And he kind of runs into the back of Caleb's bags, and his bag sits on the backside on the opposite corner. And Caleb will get 4, 12-8 here early. This main bracket has been chugging right along here in Buffalo as we're down, let's see, we're down to the winners bracket final and then a handful of losers bracket games, and we are nearing the conclusion, and the first singles trophy will be handed out. The first singles jersey will be won here in this historic Season 20, a back-to-back major weekend here in the ACO first pitch kickoff. Finn and I happy to handle the first leg of it with you. Steph and Andy B down in Clearwater, Florida will pick things up tomorrow as women's, seniors, juniors, and co-ed continues down in the OCC Roadhouse in Florida. Looks like 5 more for Caleb Hurt makes it 9-0. And he continues just to mow through his competition here at the Riverworks. We welcome Finn back from his investigative journalism.
I was doing a little PI work. Minus the I. Can you tell we're getting to the end of singles?
Oh man, we make no sense.
No, you know, this is my most fun part of the tournament because everybody is either completely on an adrenaline high or just completely whipped. But either way, everybody's having a good time.
Absolutely.
And just ready to just let loose. And what a weekend this has been. And we've had a great time here within the facility at the restaurant. The staff here has been outstanding, and I had a chance to have a couple of fun conversations up there while I was away and come back to see a match like this. I mean, I'll tell you something. When this guy wants to turn it on, you're done.
Absolutely.
I don't want to sound like I'm pandering, but God, I mean, how can you argue? You can't argue with it.
Yeah, you look at some of these scores. Jacob Boyley, 21-0. Nicholas Close, who's fantastic, 21-10.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Van Sickle, who we thought was one of the ones that could rival the Hertz for this crown today, 21-6.
Yep.
He's up 9-4 over Hayden Fridley. Like, you look at the names and the numbers he's putting up, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, his roughest match was his first round.
And again, that's the game that we expected it. That's exactly what we expected it to be. I applaud the resilience and the being able to take punches because I thought that game was Isaac's all the way.
Well, and I would tell you this. It's interesting to me how, oh, boy, that one got away from Hayden there. But come in and just take what's given to him there and kind of play it safe. No reason to take risk that was unnecessary there. And a 6-on-5 puts the penny on top. But in so many sports, it's interesting to me how greatness is celebrated. In this sport, it's almost as if you cannot wait to see someone fail. Yo, quit talking about this. Quit doing this. They're, if this person, da-da-da-da-da. I am more than willing to insert name here. Just give me that name.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, I'm not saying it to be confrontational or anything with anybody, but all you got to do is replace the name and replace the game. And until that happens, guess what? You're going to see games that are fun to watch and maybe impossible to believe in some cases. But I will say, when we talked about it earlier, those guys coming in with a target on their back no matter where they go, you can start to see the players that have really developed and honed in their game that want to go after them and are finding a way to do that, getting tighter and tighter and closer. And I think quite a few of them are in our women's division.
I agree.
It's just going to be fun to watch all of this. All these divisions are stepping up. We've got some brand new seniors that are playing that are a whole different breed from the seniors we've watched for so many years. So many juniors. I mean, the junior is our king of cornhole right now. And the women's division, I mean, it's really anybody's match. Cornwall checking in. The Wizard, John Wishart. The Wizard is in the house where it's, I believe, 9:40 p.m. there.
Appreciate the dedication.
Yep. Chad Chestnut just set 20 light bulbs. Is that a thing? Oh, stars. Thanks, Chad. I was like, why did we get 20 light bulbs?
Nice.
Maybe I'm just a little too dim. 12-on-4 is what we're looking at right now, and the king seat awaits the winner of this game. And Hayden Fridley has had himself a great weekend as well. We saw him quite a bit out here during doubles. Starting to see the backs of some jerseys as they start to make their way out. Ernstberger being one of them. Josephina had herself a pretty good weekend, but also probably taking the women's was exciting, but was it what she was hoping for in singles? Don't know. All right, so gathering weaponry. 12 on 10.
She's the one that beat me.
Uh-oh. Is that the Tier 2 champion over there getting her picture taken?
Yeah.
And who did she take out?
I don't know. The whole Tier 2 field. How about that, Finn?
Everybody.
Everybody in Tier 2.
Including anybody.
Nobody at this table.
Top of your head. Did they get their picture? They just ran over there and did a run by on the banner. Did they get a photo? Oh, one off and one in?
No idea.
But he's got a few points to play with, this Caleb. Get in there. Come on, run it through there, baby. Right back to the center. And a good finish.
21-18.
So
I threw like a 7, Heinerman. Thank you.
That's going to put a 3 spot to the total for Hayden Fridley. And now he's cut that lead
Yeah, you did.
to a half again. So it's 14-7. Hayden with the first bag out of his right hand up the middle. Nice blocker bag there, which will either be cut around or rolled over. And there's the rollover. Going to run and try to roll over and leave it in place. But unfortunately, I think that one's going to be rough to get. But Caleb lets him off the hook. Now he's going to try it again. And I think Caleb's is still hanging on the back somehow. And now it won't be. Oh, yes, it is. So one under, one on, one hanging on the back.
There it goes.
There
it just
goes.
kind of kaput.
Oh, nice gather right there.
What a bag.
So with one off the back and 2 sitting up top,
9-8, I believe.
the net should be a penny. And you are correct, sir. 1 to the tally for Caleb. The Wizard. I believe that was Stephanie's nickname for John Wizard.
Tracks.
She just threw in a comment there. I think she wanted to make sure she got credit for that nickname. I think It was a nickname that came from a mispronunciation, but perfect nonetheless. All right. Thought he was going to pull that one down on the backside there. Caleb's got 1 under, got 2 under, got 3 under. Going to try for the 1. There's 1 off the back. So, whew, boy, that's going to be painful. That's going to be a 10 on 5. So that's going to be the magic number now for Caleb is 1. So he's got to grab 1 to grab this king seat. Let's find out what's going on down the rest of the bracket here. Zach Campbell up over Wes Jackson 11-2. Stuart Graham and Rudy Fernandez still to get underway, knotted on the nil. Isaac Hurt and Barry Hempy waiting to get underway as Zaven Williams awaits the winner of that game. Isaac and Barry will be the next game up here. All right, very good. And the king seat awaits the winner of this game.
So 6-4, and I think that'll do it. Caleb has 1 down in the bottom. I don't see 1 for Hayden.
Nope.
And that's how the king seat game ends.
That's going to do it. So, yeah, Caleb Hurt will advance to the king seat and will have to be double dipped. The question is, who has the scoop to do it? We'll find out after that 6-4 frame ends up to a 21-7 victory. And now we will continue to watch the losers bracket to figure out who's going to make their way up there to battle him for the first singles championship of season 20. Zach Campbell still up 11-4 over Wes Jackson. Fernandez down to Graham 3-0. Nick Close awaits the winner of that one. Isaac Hurt, Barry Hempy will be up here next. A healthy Barry Hempy is a great player, says, who's that? Philip Barnett.
Never heard of him.
Oh, the Mississippi Ninja snuck into the
That
feed
guy.
right there. Oh, heck yeah. No, you're right, man. That's, in fact, we were talking about that off air. Who was a name that could take this whole thing down? Barry Hempy was absolutely one of those. Steph says, I was saying hi to John, but I'll take it. Steffi B, I can't hear you. She's not here this weekend. She is going to be, I believe, in, I know for a fact. I was thinking Lake Charles, but yeah, she is going to be on all day tomorrow and Monday with Andy B from B3 Bags, as they're going to be calling the action from the OCC Roadhouse in Clearwater, Florida. It's a doubleheader weekend to kick off season 20, Wiz. So I think you'll get a kick out of it all weekend long. It's a holiday here. I don't know that it's a holiday in the UK. Labor Day, probably not celebrated, just much like July 4th or, some others.
Christmas.
We had to, now they celebrate that in the UK. I wrote a bunch of imaging for the radio station that I worked at back in the day, and around the 4th of July, and one of them I wrote, everybody just stared at me. They didn't quite get it. One of them said, if you're going to have a 5th on the 4th, take a second to make safety first. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, anti-drinking and driving. Yeah, I get that one. And then there were all this, and then there was another, and I wrote one that said, just think if things had gone differently in 1776, we could all be speaking English today. And everybody just stared at me. I'm like, it's funny. Shut up. Oh, goodness. Jennifer, we had a blast with you. Now, did somebody put an end to her day? I did not see that. I thought she was still rolling. Oh, it was Rudy Fernandez, 21-16, after she took down Josephine Ernstberger 21-2. But she and Michael Rabenhorst threw lights out yesterday during the co-ed, and what a bunch of fun that was to watch. And she threw great today against Caleb, turned her head towards us at one point and said, that guy's a beast. See ya, Hot Wheels, on his way out. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Hempy's giving the stink eye to Isaac. Yeah, and there it is.
The rockets went off the back of the board here in the...
He was lucky not to throw one into the Buffalo River just then. Yeah, we just had a drive-by. Hot Wheels just made a drive-by on his way out. The adaptive champion heading out with his trophy. Now there's only a couple left to claim some tier play in the singles championship trophy. Who's going to take home the first jet black plaque?
Those are awesome.
For World Singles Season 20.
final board adjustments here. Trying to get these specs down just right as we're creeping to the end of the ACO Buffalo Major here in World Singles play. Down to a handful of names left in the mix. Isaac Hurd, Barry Hemby, 2 of those names, and one of them will get bounced right now.
I don't know what kind of strategy this is, Barry Hempe talking trash to Mama Hurt, but that's never going to go well. But she did walk away with a smile on her face, so.
Isaac's throwing left-handed again.
Yeah. Barry was going down there. I think he brought out his laser measurer to make sure the boards were exactly where he wanted them. I would say that Isaac would throw the game left-handed if it weren't for the fact that he knows who's waiting in the king seat.
Yeah, no, I know.
Chris Wood says, "What's up, Maz?"
Chris Wood.
Hoppy says, "How many score updates on Parker's games will we get from Steph this week?" All of them.
Alrighty, scoreboard is active. I believe these bags, we are rolling live. Barry Hemby in the season 18 ACO Pro jersey. Isaac Hurd in the season 19 ACO Pro red, white, and blue Starburst jersey. And away we go. And that rolls up and over, drips down. I think looks like 8-4 to me.
You know, it looks like 8-4 to Scorholio as well, and that's what they're doing. I will tell you something. More than any match I think we've ever seen, this is the easiest it is to distinguish the bags on the board. Mm-hmm. That actually looked like a delightful salad.
Okay, I'm not a fan of purple cabbage, but you do you, Finn.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe more of a eggplant or something.
It's really easy when the bags don't even make it to the board.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hempy.
It's easy to distinguish them when they're laying on the carpet.
Thank you, Hempy.
Back behind, but I think Isaac has dialed himself in. But yeah, Barry, Philip mentioned it. He goes, a dialed-in Barry Hempy is tough to beat.
See if he goes up to this bag in the corner. I doubt it, and he won't.
I miss the days of watching him play in suspenders. It's been a minute since I've seen him playing in his suspenders, but I still like the fact that he wears the glasses up on his head, like on his way down from one side to the other. He's going to work on his taxes.
Mm-hmm. H&R Block in his spare time?
Yeah, it could be. It's
something like that.
Getting about to be about that time. Sean Hurley, could any of the pros in the Buffalo Major catch a flight tonight to Clearwater to play tomorrow? We've talked to a couple who are.
Yes.
I think they're flying Frontier out and then
Allegiant back to
Allegiant
Indiana.
back, yeah. We've actually talked to a couple who are doing just that. Nice bag there from Isaac, and that'll be a nice push cleanup from Barry. That was a really good push with sticky side down, too. He really had some juice behind that one. Nicely done there as well.
Yeah, I think their flight tonight leaves at like 9 o'clock this evening.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours?
It's about 2 hour flight time,
2 hour
like
direct?
an hour 45, yeah. It's crazy.
Gotta love it. It's a nice double 4-bagger. Social. Cheers to you. Zaven Williams he's still got some work to do. Is he still?
He's in.
Is he still in?
I thought so.
Yeah, he's awaiting the winner of this match, yeah.
Yep.
Well, he'll be done in plenty of time, baby, because 4:53 in the PM is about 4 hours ahead of where we normally are in singles. But I would tell you this, and credit to Barry Hempy's better half, Jesse and Tammy Williams. They are running this thing like a well-oiled machine. Great bag there to tumble in and drop a couple underneath by Isaac. Now he's going to try to cut around and miss, but he misses off the backside. Stares up at the ceiling as if it's going to be of any help, and that's going to be a...
Barry will get 1, 10-9.
Yeah, net 1. So 7-1. Zaven Williams awaits the winner. Bags are stacked and racked.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Counting remaining games.
11 players left in
11
contention.
players. I say it can't be that many games, can it?
No, we got a good number of games left. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to be played and 3 in progress right now. So 11. So same number either way.
Yeah, right on. Okay. We're going to try to run it up through and clean it all up, and he misses and leaves one off the back. So I think really a roll back right to left probably makes the most sense, don't you think? No reason to risk the airmail.
On the wash in for 2. He does go up. All right, Finn, take that. Well, Isaac heard you talking smack.
I just thought he might end one
Oh,
himself
well,
right there.
I think he was trying to go for Barry's back. I'm not going to lie to you. Because he touched it. He nicked it a little bit.
Yeah.
You saw it kind of flutter in the wind.
9-1 right now. Isaac holds a
ridiculous
lead over Barry Hempy. Zaven Williams awaits in the wings. Sean Hurley said, "Yep, that's dedication." I'll tell you what. How'd you like to already be two majors toward the Road Dog Award in 72 hours?
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Lake Charles up next. Nice bag. Wow, the power on that.
I thought that thing was headed straight to the front of the board.
Unbelievable.
Barry again down and hard and just a little
that's
too
what I was
to
afraid
the left.
Of. If he hadn't had all that in front of him, that's what you'd have 2 in a row back there.
And he just
looked
can't
like
get
it
the
was
collect.
Go, and he's on the slick side too, and it won't fall.
5 more, 12 on 7.
Oh, he's not afraid of anybody. Barry Hempy's been around long enough. I mean, there's a little bit of literal smack going on. Not smack talk, smack bags.
That's funny.
14-1. Isaac holds the lead over the inimitable Barry Hempy. To minimize the damage to 2. Oh, and he didn't even stick around for that. That was a long distance tater right there. Oh golly. This is what makes it fun for me to watch. You know,
absolutely.
This deep into singles, so much on the line, and to watch them having this much fun, not just playing the game, but playing against one another. It's so much fun to watch. Hopefully you're having as much fun as we are through the course of the weekend, and the weekend is not over. Hell, we're not even halfway through. As a matter of fact, once we complete things here tonight, we will hit the halfway mark, but tomorrow everything fires up from the OCC Roadhouse in Clearwater, Florida for the second major of our doubleheader kickoff weekend in season 22X. 2 majors to start the season. Another 2, speaking of 2s, to Isaac Hurt. Don't know what your plans are for Labor Day weekend, but make sure that they involve safety first. We want to make sure we see you either at the next major or watching the next major. Make sure you're sharing the stream with friends who may not be able to be here or be able to be with you for a little watch party, whether it's on the YouTube channel or here on the Facebook portion of the ACO Digital Network. Nice bag right there. I thought that was going to pop up and over and roll in there, but he still got a shot at that one.
Let's see if Isaac tries to kind of blow through. So now...
Yeah, Barry says nope.
Now he's going to roll over it.
Yep, the roll.
Nope,
he's going up and over top, and he gets it.
Almost brought something with him. Barry's face.
Yeah, look on his face.
And he'll give up the 2.
He's just going to lay it down there and say, all right.
And Isaac said something to him after that bag.
Whippersnapper.
8-6. Makes it 20-1.
What are you doing, Barry? He said, I'm willing to play another round is what I'm doing.
20-1. Isaac Hurt sits 1 point away from a day with Xavier Williams.
My. You know, when you put Isaac and Caleb against one another in round 1 by the random draw, Is this what you expected or not? Of course it is. The fight back through the losers bracket, a game that honestly it took Isaac a minute to shake off because he had control of that first round game until he didn't.
Yep. The last round is He led every round except the last one.
Yeah. Each of them have one down underneath. So it's 5-on-4 with the advantage. Oh, boy. Oh, he's talking to him in his backswing. I don't think they've stopped talking since they got up there.
On to Wash, in for 2.
He's going to lay it low. Yep.
And he pushes Isaac's bag down, and that'll do it. And bye-bye Barry Hempy.
Is it
21
possible
to 1.
that Barry Hempy just got out smack-talked by the punk kid? The king of Cornhole, 21-1. Zaven Williams stepping up into the smack talk arena right now, and I don't think there'll be any from him, but a hand for Barry Hempy, who made it fun to watch. And now he's like, thank God I can go back and sit down.
That's karma, because Barry was talking during Isaac's backswing, and Isaac had to tell him all about it.
Let's see if we can get his attention. There, he's over there stacking his bags, talking to him.
They're going to go get
say, what happened? Yeah, we're going to find. That was fun to watch. Him talking during Isaac's backswing was a classic move. We should have. I think we did during the Pro Series, the very first one, when he bent over and almost fell into the hole, into the one bag, or into the one round. Yeah. All right, come over here, Fearless. Get over here. Snap those things around your gourd, and let's find out what's going on here, because that right there was an exercise in trash talking that backfired.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm figuring I might as well have fun because he's going to kill me. So.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You talking in his backswing there at the end, I'm like, well, there's a new strategy. And then throwing his bags off to the side, then him smacking. Time of your lives
we
out
did.
there.
We always do. He's a great kid. Great kid.
Well, and I'll tell you something. Watching he and Caleb play in the very first round for that random seeding, you knew no matter which one of them came out on top, the other one was going to be gunning back through. You almost feel like it's a foregone conclusion if you're playing against them. But there have been some really great matches against both of them.
Yeah.
We're starting to see the talent pool really amp it up here, aren't we? And this is one of them, Zaven Williams.
Yep. Everybody's getting better. Yep, that Nicholas Close is getting good too.
Yeah, Nick Close is a very quiet guy, but I'll tell you what, he has a very deadly game when it's dialed in.
Yep. So, he wore me out, but I tried to have fun with it.
Well, you always do, and we always have fun watching you. And I do appreciate, like I said, I like you playing with the glasses up top, because I thought, he can do his taxes walking between back and forth. He can just take some time.
If I have to look at the tablet, I got to have them.
Well, it's funny. I just got new glasses, and I didn't ever want bifocals. I'm like, I don't want bifocals. I'll be an old man. And I didn't realize I had to put on two different sets of glasses because I have to look out there, and then I have to look here. Well, I finally took the opportunity to get these. Oh, my God, it's a godsend to be able to see out there and down here close. So
both at the same time. That's
good. If you're afraid you're going to look like an old man when you got the bifocals on, don't sweat it, because it'll be so much easier on you. That's a fact. So what's next for you? Where will we see you next?
Toledo, I believe, a couple weeks.
Very good. The Glass City Center.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun last year for our first time in there. These guys are already underway. A 12-on-7, so a 5-spot that Isaac has spotted Zaven. And I say spotted, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, so I know we've got a lot to wrap up here still today, but I'll tell you what, Jesse and Tammy and you and Junior and everybody knocked the bottom out of it and crushed it, man. This thing ran perfectly.
It's going pretty good. Yep. So, in here just a little bit. We'll have to start picking stuff up, but we're going to be done in good time. So.
All right. Well, and I know you got places to be, and I think it rhymes with Seneca Casino.
It does. Almost identical.
It is. It's almost exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, Barry Hempy, man. Good to see you as always, my friend.
All
Good
right.
stuff, and thanks for the Trash Talk 101 discussion. I appreciate you. Thanks. So back to the action on center court. A 5-0 lead out in front for Zaven Williams. And
becomes 5-2 as Isaac off the proverbial schneid.
Yes,
as
the
I've
schneid.
heard, as I've heard so far this weekend. 5-2 here early.
Yep, if anybody knows what a schneid is, please let us know in the comments. And unless it's terribly bad, and then we'll have to say it twice as many times. Barry is my hero, says Philip Barnett. You know what? He's as good as it gets. As good as it gets. The Mississippi Ninja is going to be running point on commentary with Chris Seaton. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to have a little guest appearance by Scott Burridge as well out of Lake Charles. And I'll tell you what, Philip, I don't know if you heard this. We're pushing a couple of hours back the start on Saturday because there's going to be a massive building implosion going on in the area, which we're going to turn into a viewing party, of course. So more details to come on that in Lake Charles, but that should be a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen a building implosion live, you've got to get there to see this. Find yourself a way to get registered into this tournament, even just to be there for the party to watch this thing come down, because it is really something to see. You'll, after it's over, you'll be like, did I just see what I thought I saw? And but it's really, really something. So that is the Lake Charles Major. Everything's been pushed back a couple of hours with regard to Saturday play, but you know what? It's going to be just fine. So 5-3 as Isaac is able to grab 3 back and another double 4-bagger. Social, nicely done there. He wants to know if he gets to commentate on the building implosion. Yeah, if you want to, I would say put that on your iPhone and knock the bottom out of it. I would. I think we should.
I agree. Oh, and there goes the building, just as expected. Thank you to the construction crew. Big shout out to them.
Well, let's hope that's what it is.
Yeah.
Let's hope that's the commentary.
Versus, oh, why is there shrapnel everywhere?
Well, the one, you've seen the ones where they set off all the charges and then half of it goes and the other, and then you hear, uh-oh. And then how'd you like to be the guy to go in and see what went wrong?
Oh, my goodness.
But, no, those are, they imploded Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati while we watched. And then Sander Hall on the campus of University of Cincinnati. I was about, 300 yards away from that one on the roof of the building I worked for and watched that. And it's really something to see. When it's over with, you're just like, I can't believe I just watched that. So 5-on-3 remains the score here on center court. Caleb Hurd awaits the winner out of the loser's bracket in a double-dip scenario for the singles championship of the first major of season 20 for the American Cornhole organization. Blake Cooper casting his ballot for Isaac here on the comments for those who are watching along. I want to remind everybody, thanks again to the Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports folks, the Buffalo Niagara Sports Commission for bringing us here, Riverworks. You're seeing all of those logos across the bottom of the screen all weekend long, and a big part of what made this so special was the ability to expand upon the adaptive cornhole, which will continue to be expanded upon with, I believe, 8 majors having an adaptive division this year, as Isaac Hurd jumps out now in front 7-5 over Zaven Williams. Leaves one a little bit out to the left. That's all Isaac needs. He's really patented that right to left kind of curvature there around 4 o'clock. Got a little extra pep in his step now too, as he looks like maybe he's got a plane to catch. These guys both very much down to business with this game. I've noticed the pace of play over the last handful of seasons has really picked up as well. Not just the tournament direction, the use of Scoreholio, the teams that we've got running point, but the pace of play for the most part. There are a handful of players that still play very, very deliberately, and by deliberately I mean slow. But you know what? There's a new aggressive kind of overall approach to the game that's fun to watch.
Absolutely. And I know we talked about in Toledo there's the different paces of play and how are you able to can you get into your opponent's head enough to kind of hit them to match your pace, whether it's fast, slow, or whatnot?
Right.
Can you shake somebody off of their norm?
Yep.
And so far, with everybody kind of migrating to a faster pace of play, there's been no real shakeups because this is how the game is just moving.
Yeah, this is how it's done. Isaac's left one out there and ungettable. I say with
And
a little bit
Zaven
of
helps him out. You see that.
sarcasm, yeah. And he's throwing vitals.
TNT Vitals, yep.
Okay.
And as it gets around it, 10-10 leaves that bag where it is. I thought Zaven hit it well enough. He threw slick side down, kind of pulled that bag
Pull it
closer.
with.
But Isaac was able just to go right around and kind of bump off and leave it where it was. And we'll wash at 10.
Sean Hurley couldn't agree with you more. Big shout out to Jay and Lynn Longwell from Out and About Cornhole. Been giving them props all weekend long for everything they've brought to the major and great ambassadors for the game in West New York. And we expect to. And in fact, I'm looking at them right now. They just walked back into the play area and hoping that we can expand here and take up maybe that secondary indoor-outdoor ice rink
And
in
the
future.
30,000 foot space in the bar.
Oh, good Lord. I
Ready
found
for-
out that concert venue. I said, what does this hold? About 2,000? He goes, 4,000. I'm like, wait, what?
It's insane.
So, so we plan to be back in Buffalo for a number of years as long as they will have us. When is the Toledo major, says David Riley?
27th?
7th?
That,
I think
yeah,
27,
that weekend,
28 of
7th,
September, yep.
8th. Yep.
You will be there at the Glass City Center, am I correct?
I think that'll be a me major. Yep.
All right. And then I will be a week later in Atlantic City, I believe, for our return visit there for the showboat. Isaac Hurt, who you see out here on center court against Zaven Williams, will be picking up his King's ring at Spooky Nook in Hamilton, Ohio for the Cincinnati Major. So looking forward to that and having all three current Kings in the room at the same time. Should be a lot of fun. There's a bag left up high and left from Zaven, so that'll cost him a couple. So 11-7 is where we find ourselves. And the winner of this will play the winner of Rudy Fernandez, who right now is in a battle with Nick Close, 18-17. And John Risner will await the winner of that game. So Risner had a nice run through the top part of the bracket earlier today.
That Fernandez close game has gone on for an hour.
Yeah,
That
it
has
does seem
been
like
a
they've been playing
battle.
since
That was-
the sun came up.
That game happened while we were watching the Isaac Berry game.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Rudy's funny, man. When he's dialed in, he's tough to beat. But I think he has more fun playing cornhole than anybody I've ever met, except maybe Barry Hempy. Nice bag right there by Isaac. Gonna scoot one in there and keep it to a 2. 13-7 now. Hurt over Williams.
And as we mentioned, that the Fernandez close game just goes final.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, Nick Close takes him down 21-18. Or when they punch in the score, he will take
Yeah.
him down 21-18.
All right. Well, I'm blaming you if he asks.
That's fine. You donate more money to Jinx Jar than I've ever heard of in a weekend, so I'll take this one.
Just a lager of some sort. No wheat.
Bug. Oh.
Yeah, I thought he was waving away a fly, but he
I
was,
was.
flagging me down to say, "Hey, do you want something to drink?"
Yeah, no, I've so many bugs around here.
13-7. I think, you know what, actually, I think I'll change it up. I think I'll go Bloody Mary. Let's end the day with the way we began. That makes the most sense. 13-7. Yep. If anybody that works with the parent company of
I could take another berry lemonade.
Prevacid,
Kindly.
just let me know.
Berry lemonade?
Some vodka.
Come on.
Get it with an extra flour.
Hey, man.
You want a Bay Breeze or a...
It's full of vodka. Give me a break. I don't know. Berry something. I don't know.
It's called a... Yeah, it's called a Barry Gibb.
Listen,
Come on now.
I've
Let's
had
get
a rough
back to
day.
business.
I lost tier 2. Give me a break.
Yeah, he lost 2-2, and he almost got stuck in Canada yesterday. So come on now. Let him drink what he wants.
Taylor wants to go back to Canada today. I'm like, we're going to get stuck there. We're going to miss our plane tomorrow. We're going to become Canadians.
That's funny. I would be all right with that. I've found a lot of areas up there that are just flat out gorgeous where no one could find me. Mm-hmm. How great would that be?
I'm going to have to tell.
And no one would have to listen to me either. How great would that be for the rest of the world?
Well, there you go. I'm going to have to tell my work that I can't come in today because I'm stuck in Canada.
Because I'm in Canada. Because I'm a Canadian now.
Hi, I'm now Canadian. Find somebody else to fill my role.
Again, thanks to Jay and Lynn Longwell. Absolutely. Congratulations to the players from Out and About and everybody from the Buffalo bagging community, man. We've had a great time here in Buffalo. Speak of the devil, and they shall arise. We were just giving you a little bit of love. Sean Hurley wanted to make sure we were giving you plenty of love. Told him what a great job y'all had done, and thank you so much. Hey, good news. We can't wait to move from here. Include that over there. Take over all of that in there. You already set your first regional in place? All right, very good. Your team, everybody did a great job. Jay and Lynn Longwell, thank you so much. Out and About Cornhole was living up to its name all weekend long.
And we'll go back to the blink of an eye.
Oh, my goodness.
Conversation.
I turned my head to say hello and goodbye to them.
17-8, yeah. Wow. 18-7. Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. This game works in mysterious ways.
And I tell you, Zaven Williams is another one we talked about, when a guy who we heard a lot of talk about around Worlds 19. Mm-hmm. I would imagine he'd be the first one to tell you he didn't have the Worlds that he had hoped to have. Mm-hmm. But you brought this topic up very early on this morning when we were in doubles about finding your gear. Oh, what a shot. And I'll tell you what, that's fourth gear stuff right there already from Isaac. But how long it takes you to find that gear, and that's a great cleanup there by Zaven, as a matter of fact. Where is he in the gearbox right now? Where do you think, as far as what you know of his game?
Zaven?
Yeah.
2.5, 3. Still shaking up some rust.
You think he's between 2 and 3?
I think we're still shaking some rust off.
Yep.
But that's going to happen, obviously, in the first major of the season for everybody. And that's there's no dog in anything that he does. But that's just kind of what I've seen. Like, I've seen higher levels of play. Yeah. I've seen better shot selection. I've seen better shot making. Because, he's, like you mentioned, he's from my region, so regionals, all that good stuff, we see them 30 times a year. And there's, there just are those different levels.
Right. Well, the other thing, too, that sometimes people, I think, forget to consider is we're in an indoor-outdoor space. Mm-hmm. Down in Florida, it's going to be totally different.
Yep.
Toledo, totally different.
Yep.
Lake Charles, totally different. It's not like, golfers know the course. They get to walk the course.
Yep.
Football, every field is pretty much exactly the same. Baseball, the parks are shaped a little bit differently, but everything you're looking at, almost exact same conditions. Mm-hmm. The ability to adjust your game to the conditions surrounding you, I don't think is given enough credit for these players, no matter what their level of skill.
And that's the thing that all the developing, players need to learn and understand and recognize is there are levels to this.
Sure.
And you're not going to come out as a 5-speed at level 5 in your first regional,
right,
in your first major. You got to get there. And I forget who it was that said it, but you have to go through those hard losses before you get to those. You're not going to win before you experience that rough loss. And that's how the game flows. And that's what's great about it, because we see, you see guys that get, I think actually it was you and Heineman talking about it, you have to have those hard losses first before you can experience the King of Cornhole, purple jersey singles champion, stuff like that.
And I think what's great about it is it's not an all or nothing. If you didn't win it all, you didn't win anything. You have an opportunity to set different goals. As Isaac Hurt sets his goal on 21 right now, up 20-7. But, you can come in and now you can play in the tier levels. You can come in and you can earn that first purple jersey, and then there's that, okay, well, now I want to get my team into the Top Gun 20, or I want to be in the Corny 40, and ultimately I want to take a world championship. And those are attainable goals that come from hard work, playing people that are better than you, but now you have that opportunity through this extended tier play to come in and play at eye level with people at your skill level and then work your way up. And if I'm one of those people that comes in at the lowest skill level but I'm having a good time, I'll stay there. I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm having a
Absolutely.
good time when I come out, and everybody seems to be having a great time here.
Yeah, this makes me feel like I can, compete at a high level. I'm good.
Yeah. And the other thing is, think about this. You come in, and let's say you play completely out of your depth, and you do great, and you work your way into the main bracket, and you step next to Isaac Hurt. You step next to, I don't know, pick a name off the top of any one of our lists, and that's the end. Zaven Williams and Isaac Hurt wrap it up 21-7. Nick Close awaits Isaac here as Caleb Hurt awaits the winner of the losers bracket to come up and try to double dip him in world singles. But to finish my point, so pick anybody, pick a Harcrow, pick anybody through seniors or Mason Higgins or whatever, some of the biggest names in this game. You can find yours. What other sport can you play your way up to play shoulder to shoulder with the best player? You're not going to roll in and just get a pickup game with somebody in the NBA. You're not going to do it. But you have the opportunity to come in and say, I played against, and I scored 1 point or I scored 18 points against the best players on the planet Earth. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. So Nick Close now back on center court against the other Hurt brother. I don't know why, as I'm always fascinated by what they're listening to. The earbuds don't catch me as much as when I see the over the ears.
Yep.
But I'm very curious what they're immersing themselves in.
Well, those over-ear designs are coming back. Like, that's becoming more popular once again. Is Apple's releasing their version of the over-ears, and Samsung JBL releasing their versions. That's coming back.
Yeah. What do you think he's listening to?
Country.
You think both of them? Oh well,
Isaac's not.
Isaac had. Does he have one earbud in only on the right-hand side?
Yeah, I think it's normally he only has one.
Oh, I thought the other one fell out.
I only play with one in because people try to talk to me. I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to be rude.
That's funny. The ones that I've had over the years, you take one out and all of a sudden sometimes they become disabled. I don't know if I've got a setting wrong or whatever. Maybe it's when I'm on a phone conversation. I don't know. But the bottom line is basically I use them for walking the dog and conference calls. That's about it. All right, so these guys getting ready to get underway. Looks like the score tablet has been enabled. Scoreholio, it is all up to you now to make sure that you keep us up to date as to what's happening. The first bag is out from under the thumb of Isaac Hurt, right up the middle. John Risner awaits the winner of this game.
Now, we mentioned the Rudy Fernandez, Nick Close game that went 87 million rounds, it feels like.
Oh,
boy.
That one's very cloudy. That's a cloudy blue.
Yeah.
They were out of Bloody Marys.
They probably spit in it.
That's all right. I took my presence.
Heinerman spit. No,
we're good.
Oh.
Oh. That's. There you go. I think I figured it out. Oh. All right, so 6-0 as Isaac Hurt rolls out in front of Nick Close.
Blink of an eye.
Yeah, there it is. Let's go, Nick, says Heather Hinchman Bonnet.
What was I looking for? The round stats from Close Fernandez. Da-da-da.
I had a feeling that might have something to do with it as well. We'll find out. Double four-bagger. Cheers.
Cheers to the
Am I allowed
fresh
to cheers
drinks.
him with that cocktail? With that drink?
That's why it's cloudy, because Heineman peed in it.
Yeah, why is it green? It's supposed to be blue. Well, we know he ain't putting out yellow. Yeah, give me your man card and I'll let you take this. All right, so these guys continue to battle. And I tell you, Nick really kind of came on super strong in the back half of season 19.
Yep.
And Or who's his doubles partner? Is not his dad, is it?
It is.
It is his dad. Okay.
His name escapes me, but I know it's too close, gentlemen. I know it's.
All right, so Isaac Hurt, 11-0. But there's no quit in this guy, and he wouldn't be wearing that jersey if he didn't know how to fight his way back and through. West Virginia, state champion.
West Virginia. Can Isaac get those 2 bags across body, outside arm going across his lane? He can. The question is, will he go after them aggressively?
I'm really, this weekend, more so than any I recall, when that one went, he went all in on that one, just a little too much. But I am really amazed at
what a bag.
Yeah, that's a great shot. One of the first times we've seen a bag that's been, as you say, stapled or pinched up against that looked like it should fall, not fall. We haven't been seeing that a lot, so that was very nicely played there by Nick Close, and he picks up 7.
11-7, and all of a sudden it's a new game again.
Yep.
Blink of an eye.
All of a sudden, it's close. Come on, really?
That hurt my feelings.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it should. I've been waiting. I gave you every opportunity. Yeah, he does play with his dad, Brandy. Thank you. I thought he did.
Yeah, I thought so.
And Caleb sits back in his king seat sling chair, awaiting the winner.
Waiting for hours.
Of the winner of this game to take on John Risner, who will then take on
the winner of Campbell and Van Sickle. And then the winner takes on Hayden Friendly. And then we get to Caleb Hurt.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I thought we were further into the bracket. I was looking at the wrong part.
No.
Wow. We still have some really cool games to see. Sam Van Sickle right now with Campbell, as you mentioned. Hayden Friendly sitting, waiting. Wow. Sweet. I was sitting here thinking, oh, man, are we going to – I kind of want to keep watching.
Oh, and just like that, we're squared at 11.
Yep.
Can Isaac capitalize and finish and put 2 back on the board at least?
This is like watching a clinic. Oh,
can he avoid that bag and not touch it?
Yep.
And he will.
He almost went in there, like you said, stable gunned it to the back and said, I'll be down here if you need me. Thank you so much.
You can hang out up top.
12
I'm dropping down bottom.
I'll take those 4. Thank you much.
15-11. Here as this game moves into the late stages.
And I tell you, it's hard to believe that we're approaching the end of what I feel like just began a weekend here in Buffalo with Adaptive Cornhole on Thursday. Again, congratulations to Hot Wheels and Batman, who were our first Season 20 Purple Jersey winners in Adaptive Cornhole on Thursday night, defending their World Championship from Season 19. Other winners include the aforementioned Sammy Van Sickle, who took juniors, Josephina Ernstberger women, Scotty Harper seniors, Jennifer De Pasquale and Michael Rabenhorst take co-ed. Team CBC over Team IMF with Kim Dice and team over Charity Jackson and the Bagmaster Quads. And Kim Dice, Stuart Graham took the big blind draw at the end of the day, 17-11 now in the blink of an eye, as you like to say. Here we are with Isaac Hurt now back on top of Nicholas Close, and Isaac and Caleb took the doubles championship earlier today in convincing fashion, defending their three-peat jerseys both as team of the season and also doubles champions. I really like the way Nick throws. He just, there's a little snap to it at the end when he releases it. Good. Well, that's awesome. And, yeah, thanks to Bill Lorman, by the way, technical director for the ACO, and that's going to do it. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something. I love the way that Nick throws. I think we're going to be announcing his name for years to come, well past my ability to even speak a coherent sentence. But what a great game and what a great run in singles. Nick Close, congratulations on a fantastic first major of season 20. Zach Campbell, Sammy Van Sickle right now in what I thought would be a bigger battle, but 18-0. Van Sickle is on a mission right now, and he will take on the winner of Isaac Hurt and John Risner, who are going to fight up next. And Risner works his way up to center court. High fives. Isaac, who has been playing with maybe a little bit of nerves, don't know, but he's got some work to do. And Risner has been hanging around all weekend, been fun to talk to, and he's a very consistent player as well.
And so here's the thing. So between Isaac and Caleb, one of them had to drop to the loser bracket because they played each other round one.
Yeah.
So Isaac, similar to what Caleb had to do at Worlds 19, Isaac is spending his whole afternoon in the loser bracket.
Yeah.
There's no mistakes to be made there.
Nope, not one.
You know, so it's different. Whether you want to admit it or not, as a competitive player, it is different playing in the winner's bracket versus the loser bracket because you know your option for error is so minute.
Minimal, yeah. Well, what's funny, too, well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
And whether that's the case or not, that's something that has to be acknowledged, that he has spent his entire afternoon in the loser bracket.
Yeah. Well,
so with those nerves, I can imagine some of that stuff at least.
Caleb has spent a good portion of his afternoon over there looking at his phone in that chair. Yeah. So, and we talk about the nerves, and honestly, I wonder if this works to Isaac's advantage to have to get a little bit more work in, and he's played some great games against some great players, had some fun with, Barry Hempy, but had a little bit of a boxing match right there with Nick. He's seen all kinds of different gameplay, and I think this has probably been very good for his afternoon. It'll be interesting to see if Caleb comes in cold. But again, it's hard to rattle that dude. I mean, you can see when he's off, but at the end, if he decides to mash the gas and turn it back on, it's on. The pilot light fires up, and it is on.
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's an early mistake by Risner. We'll see if Isaac can capitalize, or if Risner goes up and tries to bring that bag back in. It's got a foot hanging in the water. I'm not sure the physics are going to work against him, but he could try to go after it.
Well, he's coming inside arm with a counterclockwise. I mean, now that makes it. Oh, what a shot! I was going to say that makes it
moot,
unattainable. Yeah. But yeah, that airmail was just clinical.
And no hesitation on that airmail also. Just right up, right down. And he brought everything with him.
And you know what? If I'm him, I'm that's what I'm doing too.
Absolutely.
I'm just going balls to the wall immediately.
And there's another early transfer. Isaac
nice
as he
bag.
Trips that bag in. John with that bag. That's short. A level 8 block, that is. I know you love that phrase.
What's that?
That's a level 8 blocker right there.
Oh, yeah.
And
that might be an 8 1/4.
And it's working against John right now very effectively. And Isaac will get 7, makes it 7-0 early.
One off the backside right there as well. So 1 in, 2 on, 1 off the back. And again, for those who might just be joining and going, what did I stumble across here in my Facebook feed or on the YouTube channel? Maybe it popped up for whatever reason. You're like, what am I watching? Professional cornhole at a very high level, and some would say the highest in the land, because you're watching right now our 17-year-old king of cornhole, who took down all comers in Owensboro with hundreds of players, some of the best players out there, male, female, old, young, and everything in between. And a game that you're used to playing in the backyard or at a tailgate taken to a whole new level, and this is the 20th season of that level. The American Cornhole Organization. If you'd like to become a member, AmericanCornhole.com is where you can find out everything you need to know. Find a regional certified official in your area. That one bounced off the back, much to the chagrin of John Risner. But, yeah, if you want to, maybe you want to become a certified official. Maybe you've been a certified official or director somewhere else and you've had enough, or you just want to try something different. Come on, bring it. We got plenty of opportunities and lots of fun and plenty of majors for you to be a part of. Oh, he went down there to make a correction.
No, Isaac's gonna, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Put it in backwards.
Yep. It should have been an 8-0 there instead of a 7-1, but it's all right. Get the blood flowing a little bit there on a little short sprint. Somebody has clearly come in at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and changed the music here in the venue. This
is very different.
Very little Neil Young and more of whatever this is. Oh, and Isaac drops one and loses one off the back, but
he goes up, drops his own.
Yep.
Nice. And John goes
Air
clean.
mail.
And Isaac gets them both bags in play. That's a great bag. Can John go through both of these and get them all? He'll get 3 if he does. Right now it's 9 on 5.
That's going to have to be a hefty push right there, and he loses it off the back.
9 on 5. Isaac will get 4 more. 12-0 here early.
And the breakdown begins as we start to, I don't know if you know the song Load Out by Jackson Brown, but you watch the crew begin to load out and get ready to pack the truck to move to the next city. And again, Lake Charles, Louisiana, coming up with a special implosion version. We're going to start the season with a couple of bangs this double play weekend to get it started, and then a full building implosion when we get to Lake Charles. Again, if you're listening and you're planning to go to Lake Charles, know that Saturday's schedule is about to be adjusted, so we can all enjoy the implosion of the building there in the vicinity, and that's going to be very cool to watch. And Risner airmails one and then just kind of waves it off in a 12 on 10, so that's going to make it 14-0. Isaac hurt right now, snapping his fingers, working his way down to collect. And Risner's had to sit and wait for a while too. I didn't see him working out or warming up too much, so I wonder if that little extra bit of rest worked to his disadvantage. But again, he's standing shoulder to shoulder with a human disadvantage.
Yeah, you mentioned, Finn. I'm in Owensboro, the hundreds of players that tried to de-seat Isaac hurt in singles. I went through in one of the openers that we did, over 3,000 players registered ACO points.
Yeah.
For the course of the season.
Yeah.
3,000 players, 26-some venues, 30-some states, and that was nasty.
How about that? Yeah. What?
Isaac's laughing about it.
Yep. He dropped Isaac off the back, took the airmail, and that's going to be a 5-point wash after all of that. A little and one. No, so over 3,000 players scoring points.
Yeah, 3,000 players earning ACO points over 30-some venues, 20-some states, and the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
It was a monumental season 19, and season 20 is going to have to be just the same and better.
Maybe twice as big with regard to participation, and I think we're upwards around 40 majors around the country, everywhere from Medford, Oregon to down in Southern California, a bunch through Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma is where we're going to be hosting the Worlds. Alabama, Florida, New Jersey, up into Wisconsin.
Got a handful in Texas.
Yep. All right, and that's going to take it to 16-0 right now. It's an interesting facility. They have all sorts of things, jiu-jitsu here, and
I saw the mixed martial arts.
Yeah, MMA, ice hockey, concerts, up and over. I tell you, John's got a pretty good airmail, but it's escaped him about one every 4 times.
It has, and if Isaac puts this bag in, he will end this game.
Oh,
and he
does.
airmails to end it.
Look at
Oh,
Josh.
my goodness.
Josh says, really? What a finish. Come on, finish on a high note, baby. Oh, and he does. All right, very nicely done. Great game, 21-0. Isaac Hurt, the reigning king of cornhole, will now take on Sammy Van Sickle in a rematch at the Juniors
rematch.
Championship.
Yep.
And Sammy just took down Zach Campbell. You think these guys are waiting on each other? Another 21-0 blanking. So it'll be Van Sickle and Hurt, the rematch of yesterday afternoon's Juniors final. Family has made their way in here. Go say yes, hello, and we'll get these guys underway. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, Buffalo, New York, is where we find ourselves launching the historic Season 20 for the American Cornhole Organization, the sanctioning body for professional cornhole. Anything you need to know about how to play the game, if you want to learn how to play skins, there's a skins adaptable format of cornhole as well, and we've incorporated that into our pro series, all sorts of things. Find out where to play in your area, who's leading the charge in your area, and also find out if you have a CO already in the area or could want to become one. And a certified official director is what we're looking to add throughout the country, like Jay and Lynn Longwell have done here with Out and About Cornhole, bringing more to the game and bringing the game to many more is what we are all about. So you'll find different places around the country where you can come in and be a part of it. A couple hours away might be the nearest major, and you'll come and hang with the best people in the world in one of the sports that really, really caters to anybody and everybody, from the cul-de-sac to center court. Thrilled to have it. Sammy Van Sickle getting ready to fire off in a juniors championship match. Rematch, I should say. Aaron Burris says, let's go, Sammy Van Sickle. And I think they're both going to gather up their bags. I don't know. I guess Sammy's earbuds must have died. Isaac's got one in the left ear. They're stacking their bags. Oh, no, there's one in the right ear there. I don't know if they're like splitting them like soda straws or if they've each just only got one in. I'm not quite sure, but I wouldn't imagine they'd both be listening to the same thing. So it looks like these bags are hot. Very first one out of the right hand of Isaac Hurt, right up the middle. A little blocker, a little defensive strategy right out of the chute from Sammy. And a hard push for Mr. Big Poosh. And that one should drop maybe even before the next bag hits. They got them lined up. Isaac happy just to continue the string. Going to try to roll up and around it, and he loses one off the back. Does Sammy, and Isaac comes in hot. And boy, I tell you something, how he's able to keep that airmail on a string like that is beyond me. Even though he touched that bag on the front side, and that is a 10-5 opening frame from the reigning king of cornhole. Sammy needs a sponsor for his earbuds, says Aaron. Hey, don't we all, baby? Don't we all? Thanks again to Jesse Hempy, Tammy and Junior Williams, Barry Hempy and the whole crew, Charlie Gears and everybody who put this thing together and made it run like a well-oiled machine as we work our way down towards a singles championship and wrapping it up for weekend number 1. Glad you've been watching. Curious if you haven't chimed in, let us know where you're watching from. We've had everybody from around the world checking us out. Pretty late in the UK right now. Don't know if anybody's still watching. And in New Zealand, I think it's a week from next Thursday. So I don't know if New Zealand's still checking in or not. There's going to be a wash that's fortunate there for Sammy, to be honest with you, there, that he held the back side of the board right there. So that should be a double snowman, and it is 8-on-8. 5-0. The lead extends to, or continues and holds at 5-0 for Isaac Hurt. Loses one off to the right. Sammy has a nice flat bag delivery. He takes about twice as long to prep for a shot. Well, except for now. He's getting into Isaac's flow right now. Isaac feeling it right up the middle since that first bag laid out of play. Maybe it's just the delay on that first bag from Sammy. He's got a front lip covered, and that's just going to go ahead and clean that up. All right, going to pick up 2 right there. So Sammy gets off of that nil, so 5-2 as he grabs a little ice-cold refreshment on his way down. Blake Cooper, let's go. Awesome Isaac Hurt. Alabama's on the loose. High roller bags. Matt Ledbetter. Yeah, I believe Sammy's throwing those high rollers, is he not? Right up and in the middle. Throwing them with style and aplomb. Until I said something about it. I was going to say Isaac throwing with gusto until I said something about it now. Isaac just needs to run it up the middle. Is he going to try to grab it? I think he does. Might as well. There he is. Hot, and he got it. Nicely done. Little airmail drag off the backside, and that's going to put another deuce on top of the score. He takes him back and takes that first bag back, now 7-2. Great shot right there. See what he does with first bag. Again, Caleb Hurd awaits the king seat in the king seat for the winner of the loser's bracket. So the winner of this will take on Hayden Fridley, who will then determine the challenger for the World Singles Championship here in Buffalo, New York, as players, family, and friends continue to file out of the Riverworks facility. What a great weekend it has been. And thanks to everybody who came out locally and everybody who came out from a dozen states, if not a few more, to come be a part of the kickoff of Season 20. Good stuff. All right, so
7-2, 7-4, I see.
7-4, yeah. Sammy's able to pull another couple there. It was a hot start there from Isaac Hurt.
It's been like 7-0 every game he's played.
Yeah,
I think there's always some kind of.
It does seem so, does it not? See Batman and Caleb over there keeping loose. And Hayden Fridley over there warming up. He's warming up on his own. Just about the muscle memory at this point. You've played enough, and you've played enough against other bags. Now you just got to keep your flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about that rotation, that release, that consistency, not deviating the arm slots, things like that. Very collegiate pitcher-based from a baseball world is where that arm slot lives and things of that nature. It's all kind of the same as Isaac just concedes the bag.
Yeah. Kind of drops it down there.
I don't think they will have fallen, Finn. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, now they held tight, 9 on 8. He'll take the penny.
That's interesting.
Well, risk versus reward is what it really always boils down to. What place is this game?
This is 4.
Yeah, this will be for 4th place. The winner takes on Hayden Fridley to get to the king seat get to the king seat game against the king seat holder, I should say. I just said it a few minutes ago. Why can I not say it again?
King seat game, the championship game
against
the
king
talking
seat
about.
holder. Yes, there you go.
A whole bunch of words that didn't necessarily mean anything.
Nah, they do if they're put in the right order. Unfortunately, I had them scrambled all over the place. That was a bit of a mess there from Sammy, and he knows it.
And there's 7 more.
15-4. And this, again, is a rematch from the Juniors Championship Final, so if you don't think there's a little revenge, yeah, that is funny. Words are a lot like numbers in that sense, that if you put them in the right order, they work better.
Something like that. Let's talk about the players that have been eliminated that have lost to just hurts. Nick Close is one of them.
Sure.
Van Sickle's only loss was to Caleb.
Yep.
And, either he's going to come back or he's going to suffer losses just to hurts.
Sure.
I thought there was one more, and it just struck me. It just is so funny that just the draw that you get sometimes, it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah. Well, you do wonder sometime if there are cornhole. Yeah.
If Isaac gets past Sammy, then Hayden could be a victim of that same thing.
Yep, because he played Caleb earlier. So you're talking about who lost to both of them, or
yes.
who has played and risked loss to both of them. I don't want to count Sammy out of this one at 15-4.
Of course not. No, I'm just saying that could be
Yeah.
because either one thing's going to happen. He's either going to win or he's not.
Well,
And if he doesn't win,
Going to say that earlier. It's like you see the brothers face off in game one, and everybody in the losers bracket's like, "Are you kidding me?
and then in game 106.
Are you kidding me?" But that's okay. That's what it's like to have people at the top of every sport, and you got somebody to shoot at and to make yourself better against. Nice bag right there. Good collection. That's going to make it, 12 on 9. So Sammy's going to pick up 3 more, get to double digits. Or no, he's going to get to 7.
Yeah,
So 15
7.
on 7.
Yeah, Isaac went up, tried to bring everything. Got his own bag to fall, but his bag in hand sends off the backhand side. And he'll concede 3. Sammy V, first bag, spins it up and in.
He does take a little bit more time with that first bag. These next few tend to come out a little more quickly. A lot of it has to do, I think, with the player he's shoulder to shoulder with, and I think certainly the pace that Isaac plays within is one that suits him well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's a better quick player than he is overthinking it.
Well, that's honestly, that can be said about 90% of the players in this field is you can tell if they're going to make or miss a shot based on the fact how long they take.
Yeah.
Like, right from the very get-go,
Double 4-bagger and social in the meantime, yeah. But you can tell how. Am I sitting on your?
There we go.
There you go. All right.
Very
Yeah, you can tell how tensed up they get depending upon how much time they take.
And overthinking leads to misses.
Well, I've been very fortunate over the course of my entire career that underthinking has served me well.
See, maybe that's the new cornhole motto. Sammy with a roll with those
really nice
scenic view high rollers.
Yes, very delicate up and over the top there. He does have a good intensity. I mean, he's focused. I mean, you look at the eyes of both of these guys. They are deadly focused. Nice cleanup right there. One to go for each with a wide open board. And Sammy says, all right, well, you know what? It's not going to fall. Why don't you knock it in there for me, and we'll do another double 4-bagger, which they do. Nicely done. Cheers to you, social. Boop. All right. $15 on 7 here as we work our way toward the championship match. Season 20, the double feature weekend, if you will, for the Season 20 American Cornhole Organization upcoming season. And as soon as we wrap things up, we are going to officially hand the baton over to everyone in Clearwater, Florida. The OCC Roadhouse will be the center of the Cornhole universe tomorrow and Monday for the OCC Roadhouse Major, the second major, and a week earlier than we have in the past. And excitement is high. We've had a lot of players that have decided that they've got unfinished business here, which is awesome. We've got quite a few players that have gone and done some other things over the years and have decided that this is where they'd rather be. And so we're glad to have everyone back that wants to be here. And as always, those who don't have to be. So that's a fair statement right there. That's going to cost Sammy, a couple. I think he's got two up on top. Isaac's got 1 up on top, so that'll be a 10 on 8, and that's going to take it to 17 on 7. Hayden Fridley awaits the winner.
And you talked about the growing game. We have a handful of players that, have experienced other places and now are choosing to come play here, which is fantastic to see the sport grow. And, it's fantastic to see, this organization, continue to branch out and expand.
Well, welcome everybody.
Absolutely.
We had that talk with Jennifer and Michael last night who won the co-ed, and they said, we play with a local pro group here that allows them to play with other groups, which was mind-boggling that that's a thing. Oh, yeah, we do that too. But, yeah, and they were just thrilled to be able to do both, and the communities that are built around both after a double 4-bagger, social once again. Are you already finished with that, or did it evaporate because there was so much sugar in it? Sorry.
Had a rough day, Finn. Leave me alone.
I know. You're going to have a rough headache later with all that sugar in your system, too.
Yeah,
man.
that's the headache.
Whew. Well, the missus showed up, so they got 2 straws, and they're going to have spaghetti later, like Lady and the Tramp. Ooh. You can't have any sort of normal relationship in this group, son. Are you kidding me? Yeah, welcome to hazing.
Yeah,
101. As these guys, oh, look at that. How does that bag not go? And we have seen that all day long. Look at that.
And neither of them go.
Neither of them are going to go.
And that'll do it.
That's going to do it. That's going to finish it off 17 on 7, and that's the way it happened. That bag, well, both of them are sticky side down.
Yeah.
Look at that. Isaac, God bless him. He's given them an opportunity to do just that, to fall. But they are not going to. Look at that. And he even pounds on the board to see what would have happened. 12 on 8. Finishes it off 21 to 7 is the final. Isaac Hurt, Hayden Fridley now. We'll find out the winner of that game will face off against Caleb Hurt in the championship match in Buffalo, New York. Good shooting, boss. Nicely done. So he took the juniors out from under everybody else in the division. He beat Isaac Hurt to take home that hardwood and that check earlier. A little bit of revenge exacted there, but I'll tell you what, a great showing in singles. He'll take home a nice check as well. Congratulations to Sammy Van Sickle. Well done. Man, he's going to step off and exhale, but I know he's disappointed, but he shouldn't be. He has nothing to hang his head about. What a great weekend he had.
Absolutely. 4th place in the bracket stacked with
Oh my
high-level
God.
competition is nothing to frown about. And that's like the biggest thing for, everyone that's developing and learning that stuff. Sammy is going to get there because he's already there.
Yeah.
He's at that high level.
He's going to expand there.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's nothing to frown about. 4th place in the first major of the year.
Yeah.
Like, this is the training wheels. Like, this is the tune-up.
Yeah. And, it's funny. We were looking at the roll call for this. I'm like, good God, this is going to be a gauntlet. And then I looked at the one in Florida. I'm like, oh, my God.
There's no
that one, too.
Yep.
Craig Irvin is on his way there and a host of others. And I'm like, man, oh, man, there's no escaping a possible ass-kicking. But there's also no escaping maybe the time of your cornhole life as well if you're able to rise above. And we've seen quite a few players who have done just that as the boards begin to whittle their way back down here towards center court. Taters are exchanged. Isaac Hurt, Hayden Fridley. Isaac will have the first bag as the higher seed, the number 18, as the random seeds apply. And we are underway, baby. Nice bag. And I just saw something that I want to throw a shout out to. Hayden, look at this. When he's done throwing his bag, watch what he does.
He waits.
He waits.
Yep.
He waits. He holds his position. He doesn't reach down to pick up his bag until Isaac has already thrown his bag, and he's done it every single time. I hadn't noticed that yet, but I love that sportsmanship. I love it.
Because that there's times when that's deliberate. Like
Yeah.
there are.
Oh, we know players that do it.
Yeah.
That flip a bag or flip, or reach down right in your backswing or whatever. And that's, I don't know. If you want to play that way, guess what? You become known as somebody who plays that way. And it's not that no one notices. Everybody notices. And I really liked that little exhibition of sportsmanship on Hayden's part right there. All right. Big push right there. I thought he was going to try to roll up and over, but he's left that middle open to the big push, who's happy to take it. He'll cut left to right there and try to take them both. No, and he gets one.
To give up 4.
10 on 3, 10 on 6.
Yep.
Yeah, so he will give up 4 there. So Isaac Hurt cracks the first egg on this one. And that's going to be a 4 spot. First bag. That gusto. Low blocker. And this is something else I was going to ask you. I don't know that he did that on purpose, but we have not seen that low block that he pushes hot and hard up and he works his way up to finish off a frame. That's the first time I've seen that today where he's done that. And I don't know if it was intentional or unintentional, but that was the Isaac we were used to seeing a lot last year.
Absolutely.
Look
A jump. Hop, skipping a jump across the pond. That's ridiculous.
Look at that. And there's another 3 sitting up on top.
That's
and he's
okay,
just gonna
though.
keep him there. Oh, and off the
5
side.
more.
So an 8 on 3 takes it to 9-0. Isaac Hurt Will he be facing off in a rematch of the very first round of singles, which pitted the two Hurt brothers against one another? The first match of their season 20 was the same as the last match of their season 19. Could the last match of the first major be the same as the last match of season 19? There's only one way to find out. Stay close. We'll have the action through the next probably 45 minutes. And I would say by 7 o'clock Eastern, barring a very methodical double dip situation, if it is Isaac or if it is Hayden, we will have ourselves a champion crowned.
Is that 8-6 or 8-8? I'm trying to think of what bag is behind Hayden's bag. 8-6.
He's got 3 up top.
Oh, I lied. 6-6.
No, 6-6. Yeah, I was going to say he's got 3 up top, 1 under. I didn't realize. I didn't see Isaac's bag position up there. So now there's that low block again. And then he's going to, he placed one in between that blocker and the hole last time. But this time he just decided not to mess with it.
Hayden tried to run through Isaac's blocker, ends up kicking it to the left-hand side. Isaac can get both of these bags, and Hayden chooses to sit right behind him, which is probably the best shot you have. Absolutely.
So Paula Stevens checking in. Good to see her. Oh
my
what a shot.
Goodness, what a bring.
Now he's going to go up and over and try to, and he just takes the risk. And I like the fact that Isaac salutes the risk that he took, especially since it worked out for him so well. But, there's a 10 on 5, so that puts him on a Pete Rose right there. Now, I think it was Paula Stevens wanted to know what bags it is that Hayden's throwing.
No idea.
I can't see. I can't tell. We will find out for you, Paula, and we will let you know.
I'll try. If you'd stop flipping, I could read what it says.
Yeah, Sing Sing says, there's also those distraction techniques where people have their bags at the back of the board instead of on the front of the board, which is a little bit more of a sportsmanship way to do it. Or, some nice airmail
Good
there.
bag by Hayden Fridley. Trying to get this airmail to lock back in.
Oh, the zip line bag. There's zip lines all over this place, and he tried to do it again.
And there's 6.
Missed off the back side. 2 off the back.
Should
1
put
underneath.
20-0.
1
should
up
be
on top.
10
Wow.
on 4.
Wow.
Man.
And we talked about getting dialed in and nerves. And, you saw when Isaac lost a game that he had well in hand against Caleb in that first round, he was not happy. He left, and it looked like maybe he was going to throw in the towel. But we talked about that maturity, and he stepped up, and now he's all smiles again. And why wouldn't you be at 20-0?
That one's out of play.
But I think Hayden's got a little fight left in him, if I'm not mistaken. He's had himself a great weekend, and he ain't giving up. There. Oh, I thought that was going to roll right up and over, and I thought he might be able to grab enough of his bag. I can't see how much of it's available to the hole. Wow. And that airmail is just insane.
And I
think
think
that's going to do it.
Yep.
21-0. Wow. Hayden Fridley, what a great weekend, though, buddy. Nicely done. Nicely played. And if you're watching, or if you took a break, you're not going to believe this, but it's time to go to the finals. And let's see, who is it? Again, I forget. Isaac is going to be playing Caleb Hurt.
I have never heard of
in
either
the
of those two
championship
my entire life.
It's a double dip situation, and now we were talking about how this match has been played 10,000 times. I got the official count from Becky. This is now 11,000. It was 10,999 earlier. This is the 11,000th time they've played against one another.
Thank you for the official count, Becky. We appreciate that.
Sure. A Bloody Mary and a Shirley Temple, please.
Ha!
All 3 Virginia boys, Ronnie. Yes, sir.
If you guys are going to make fun of me.
Oh, come on. If we're not making fun of you, that means we don't love you. Come on now. Oh, goodness. Look at that. Come on. With the left hand. Was that the left hand? We're getting down to the part of the evening where stuff's about to get thrown, and not cornhole bags, I'll tell you that. You might as well end the day the way you started it. And here we go. It is the final down and back setup for the final match of the first major in season 20. Oh, yeah. He's going full. I tried that last November. Went full Costanza. Serenity now. And these guys exchange taters. Are going to go down there and then see what happens. It's a double dip situation for Isaac. And the thing is, who is going to be able to get in the other brother's head the fastest?
Yeah.
I mean, they talked about it when they won doubles. Who's going to be able to get it done? Here comes the first bag from the higher. Oh, no.
Nope.
Caleb is not the higher seed.
Correct. Isaac gave him first bag.
He did give him first bag, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That was that prerogative. I see Batman still down there throwing as things continue to be prepared for the move to the next major. All right. Isaac's got to put that in to give up two, and he does. Where's my money? I don't know. That's a good question, John. I don't know. Oh, who's my money on this? I see what you mean. I was going to say I never know. Since my divorce, I have no idea where my money is. Thank you. No, actually, I take that back. I know exactly where it went. The my money here, I think Caleb. I think Caleb takes it.
I think Caleb takes it in two.
In two, yeah. I think he takes it in two.
As he leads 2-0.
And here's the you mentioned it. You mentioned a word earlier that caught me off guard, but you're exactly right. And it had to do with the entire field. But now it's a word. See if you remember this word. It's a word that will apply specifically to this game, whereas it applied to the entire field as to what will dictate the outcome of this game.
Oof.
It's a one word. Begins with a B.
B.
It was your word.
Okay. I say a lot of things, Finn.
You have said a lot of words today.
I don't know if you know this, but I talk a ton.
Boredom.
Yep.
Which one's going to get bored first?
Yep. Okay.
And start overplaying their hand.
That's a good, yeah.
And I think you were spot on with regard to the entire field, and I think it's going to be a huge part of the result of this match. Wow. Yeah, and look at that.
Caleb shooting early.
Yeah.
And Isaac can't get it to hang, and you see him kind of push that thing down.
I couldn't tell if Caleb was excited about draining the airmail or pissed because he missed the drag. I think he was pissed because he missed the drag.
I agree. I think that was a pissed off kind of arm shake.
Zaven Williams, I tried my hardest. You got nothing to hang your head about, my friend. You crushed it. And as we talked about you leading into the World Championships in Season 19, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of talk about you as we head through Season 20. Just now getting underway here in Buffalo at Riverworks. What a weekend we have had.
Xavier, you're a scrub.
Or there's that. There's another way to look at things. You can tell who knows him better. Oh, when he tried to bring in that zipline airmail. Look at the way that thing's pinched up. There's no way that bag should be sitting there and not falling.
I know. And thanks, Caleb.
Caleb.
Now, can Isaac kind of flop over these bags?
I
They
think
kind of
he
made a
can.
great wall in front of him.
They can cut right to left, and if he needs to, he can roll it right over. Oh, he's going up. Oh, and off the back.
Interesting.
Wow.
Ooh, interesting.
So he's got 3 off the back?
Is that a 5-on-3?
Yeah. That was a 5-on-3 for a 4-0 lead by the king seed holder, Caleb Hurt. And speaking of kings, will we have ourselves at the World Championships here in July a Tulsa King or perhaps a Tulsa Queen? Tulsa, Oklahoma will be hosting the American Cornhole Organization World Championships of Season 19, a deal that's been long in the works since we've gotten the majors put together there. Looking forward to being there. In the convention center, we'll host everything and always looking to find new locations. And I think what's kind of cool, up and over, and I knew that as soon as it left his hand, there was too much on it.
Yep.
And it was also had much more arc on it than we've become used to seeing. Look at that. Oh, that came in like a rocket.
I'd shoot it again if I'm Isaac.
I would too. I don't know if he can see what he's got
4
to
on
work
2
with.
right now goes, and he pushes Caleb's bag in 6 on 3. And the worst possible scenario.
The outcome he least wanted. But I made mention, as we talked about the Tulsa World Championships, the opportunity to expand our universe around the country as we've expanded throughout Europe. Isaac's starting to get inside his own head now.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that you'll see, too, I think with the schedule of the World Championships is the ability to go someplace we haven't been or go someplace that maybe is a little bit different than what you're accustomed to, then kind of bring it back to center, then go out again and expand. It's just an expansion and contraction to make sure that we do as much as we can to bring the game to new players and players to the game. That continues to be the focal point of the mission statement. Caleb going to go in and roll up and over. Oh, he tried to push through, or looked like he kind of tried to pinch one up.
And that one slicks side down, and there's just too many bags there. And Caleb's bag just fell.
Dropped, yep. He's going to lay low and pinch.
Ooh, if I'm Isaac, I'm going down and hard because those 2 bags are showing
Those are
slick
his.
side.
Yeah, those are both his.
And he chooses to go over, and he gets, I think, both of them to fall.
Yeah, he did. He did. 2 of them fell. 2 are sitting up top.
He'll get 2, I believe. It's 8-6. Makes it 9-2. He gets off that goose.
How about that? Boy, the power and the ability to aim. You forget about the dialing in of the aiming and hitting exactly where you want to hit with that much power. So difficult to do.
Look at that. See, that one looks more aqua.
They burned it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right, so 1 is left up top, 11-2. And Caleb is not messing around. And we watched these 2 get very serious earlier today with regard to their focus. And we thought perhaps that Isaac had lost a little bit of his, but I think we saw him loosen up, particularly against Barry Hempy in some of these most recent games.
Yep.
With Hayden, he had some a little bit more of a relaxed attitude. And the question, and for him to win this, he's going to have to force Caleb and then allow Caleb to get mad at himself.
Mm-hmm.
And just maintain his cool.
You talked about getting inside of his own head with the boredom thing. It's also the frustration thing.
Yeah.
We've seen Isaac lose games because he gets mad and then just kind of torpedoes himself into a wall.
Yep. Well, you can even tell, to a degree, you can tell by the way he collects his bags where his head's at. Spent a little time waving to the peanut gallery this time, though, so he seems to be okay, in pretty good spirits. So 12-2, Caleb, all he has to do is finish this game off, and he will have taken the first singles championship of season 20. For Isaac to do the same, he needs to do it twice. Ooh, it was risky right there. It almost very close to front boarding.
Yeah, that was interesting. And then Caleb's reblock was also interesting.
They're going up and over for that airmail, yeah, because he knows he had to put it there to keep Isaac from making that big push. I mean, he's capable of pushing 3 bags, but why not put him out there? And he said, I'll go ahead and do that and put myself in a better position. That's a great shot. That's
Isaac
awesome.
airmail for 2.
No,
and
he's laying
gonna
low.
choose. Yep.
Wow. Think he's getting tired, his fatigue. There's not as much pep in his step as there was against Hempy.
To get to this point, Isaac has played 10 games. Caleb has played 6.
Yeah.
So that probably factors into some of it, at least.
And he just yawned, so now we're into the boredom factor. I would love to be able to yawn at a PPR like that. Do we have any idea what they're throwing for the day? Have you seen one lately?
For the day, I have not seen one. But
I'm curious just for the day and then for this match because it's not great. It's not great for this match. But is it effective? That's really all that matters.
Isaac leads the field 9-9-6. Caleb 9-6-0 overall. This game, Isaac at an 8-1-1.
Yep.
Caleb's at a 9-2.
Yeah. I was going to say Isaac's has not been.
And I think Isaac will get 9 on 8 right there. Yep, 9-8.
All right, so 12 on 3 as the Brothers Hurt battle for the first singles championship of the season. Buffalo Riverworks, thank you very much. The Buffalo Niagara Sports Commission, thank you. Greater Buffalo Adaptive Sports, appreciate you. And, of course, Riverworks, our hosts for the event. What a great time everyone has had here. Nice bag right there. He did a little get around of his own bag and left that blocker right in place, and it did the trick. Look at that. Do it again. Oh, he's going to run it up there so he can try to collect all. He wasn't
Interesting.
super happy with it. But
again, a 2-bag push is a lot more significant than a 3-bag push.
Yep.
And Isaac chooses to
he
sit.
says, yeah, but I don't think he sat where he wanted to
absolutely
on it.
not. But still, 3-bag push
Look
is
at
going to be
that.
tough.
Oh, and that is the worst outcome for him. Nothing goes in, one goes off.
And Isaac will get 3 more.
That's going to be an 8 on 5. Oh, God. I almost did the same thing Heinerman just did there and jacked up every chord I got going. And a headset awaits the winner of this game to talk a little bit about what it's like to end exactly once again the way that to begin the way that they ended last season. And I am going to take the very first question is going to be, well, tell me about the board speed. Because that's what he told me to ask him. Either one, doesn't matter which. Oh, boy, and he knew as soon as he let it go he didn't like it. Oh, and that's just going to be a very bizarre wash. Now, look, it's funny because now you're starting to see Isaac does some of the same things now. When he's not happy, he starts doing that extra arm motion. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah, find that rhythm once again.
Yeah. Yeah, Joyce, we were talking about finding that gear, and I think they both, while they took a break during the course of the time between the World Championships and the beginning of Season 20 in August, it's just finding that extra gear. But if you're just tuning in, you missed the fact that these two played each other in the very first round of singles today, and Isaac was in control until he wasn't. He was winning every frame until the last, and the last frame Caleb ended up finishing the job, put him in the winner's bracket, and Isaac has fought his way back through the loser's bracket to get here. He's had some great games. He's had some suspect games. What a bag. Now it's going to cost him a couple more. 14 on 6. So our king of cornhole finds himself dangling above the moat right now with a 1-game win, enough to do it for Caleb. And Caleb knows that he's got an 8-point advantage right now. He's going to force his hand. Now he's going to step out and say, all right, I'm going to attack now from this side. Thank you so much. And he does. Isaac's going to run it right up the middle and stuff it up. How many times have we seen that today?
So many times. And that's a good bag by Isaac. And I think Caleb's going to be content to kind of sit there and see what wash happens.
Yep.
How are they not moving?
All right, so
Nothing.
doing no favors for their PPR, but guess who gets paid on PPR? Nobody. It's funny. I said that to somebody the other day that said, "Oh, PPR." I go, phonetically, it just means they look good on paper.
Mm-hmm.
So, what have we always said about that? It looks good on paper. It doesn't matter. You got to get out there and do it.
Yeah, wins and losses don't necessarily translate to PPR.
No, they do not. Nor vice versa. Steve Duncan, I do not know. Frank is in transit to Clearwater, if not already there. He said Daniel Lilly is close to confirming the Manchester location, I believe, for November. So November and March are what we're looking at. A couple off the back now there. And that gives Isaac a chance to drain one there and get a little work done. So that'll take him to 14-9 now with a opportunity for Isaac to get a little more confidence underneath him. But, yeah, so, yeah, we do know November, we do know March, and we do know Manchester and Birmingham. But I'm guessing here in the next couple days or 7 days he'll make that announcement, or he'll have me do it in the shoot the messenger portion of the program.
Yep.
I got to make the doubles pro teams advance to the main bracket announcement, and then also the Tulsa Worlds. And you know what? Thrilled to do both. Love it.
Isaac for 12, Caleb for 12.
Nicely
and
done.
There's a social that we haven't seen as many of those as we probably would have assumed we would have.
It's been a minute. Yep. Well, again, they could do that all day long if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
They just get,
this sounds terrible, but would this be, at what point do you get tunnel vision and you start to think you're back in the barn at home and this is a practice round?
Yeah.
When does that happen between you and your brother?
Yeah. My brother's not good at cornhole, but if he was, probably would happen plenty of times.
Well, my brother is better than me at cornhole, and I don't have a brother. So there you go.
Okay. Jaden, if you're listening, I'm sorry. You're not that bad at cornhole.
I got a lot of brothers from other mothers, but look at these guys. They are, I think they are just right now daring each other to take over. Who's going to be the first to do it?
Isaac down and hard, and he. Caleb in for 2.
Oh, nice bag.
I thought it was going to sit.
Yep.
I almost sat back there.
And again, I'm very curious. The gustos that they were throwing in doubles, he seemed to have more control over.
Yeah.
And that'll be a question, I guess, if he's over here and if Isaac's over here a little later on. We'll ask him about the boards.
How are the board speeds?
Yeah, tell me about the boards. All right, Caleb will go in there and grab that and clean it all up. Oh, I guess he's giving himself a chance to take them both at once for the cameras. Oh, look at that.
Or make Isaac kind of get around it,
Yeah.
continue to do so.
He should just be able to run that through. Oh, look at that.
That's interesting.
Is he going to do it again? Oh, he's going to help him out a little bit. One bag left for Caleb to go in there and try to clean up. Went hot, dropped one, left 2.
If Isaac can get this bag, that'd be huge. That would be 4. And that put it 16-13. He goes down.
12 on 8. No, it's going to be 10 on
10-8.
8. So he'll pick up a couple. 16-11 now. And again, if he wins, well enough to know with Caleb in the king seat, he's got to do it again. If Caleb's able to pick up the next 5, it is OVERR. Oh, boy. There's one he wishes he had on a rubber band right there to pull it back. And now that makes the decision-making a little easier for Isaac, even though he probably knew that's what he was going to do.
And then you talked about, playing – these two playing these – there's another one. And Caleb's bag fell.
Yeah. It drops, and then he kicked Isaac off the back, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. Right in the middle.
I think he kicked one of each bag off the back. I think it's 5-7. It is 5-7.
It is. It's okay. Oh, he kicked 2 off the back then.
His own and Isaac's, yeah.
All right, so 18 on 11. The massive new trophy awaits.
Oh, and Isaac's, I think he's just kind of.
You think he's exhausted?
Or just.
He's
just
played
bored.
a lot of games to get through the losers bracket.
He's going to go down and hard to blow through everything.
Yep, and he runs everything off the back there and leaves one of Caleb's underneath.
And if Caleb puts both of these bags in, it's not going to matter.
Yep.
Isaac goes down and, now it's
not gonna
over.
Matter. Anyway, and that's going to finish it off with the left hand. He's going to drop one off to the side, and we have our champion for the first major of season 20, Buffalo, New York. Well done by both. It was nicely played all the way from the first match out and all the way back through the loser's bracket to get back to that championship match. The king seed holder, Caleb Hurt, is able to pull it off in one and done, and Isaac, the defending king of Cornhole, has a little more defending to do. So we'll see if we can get Caleb to come over here and talk to us a little bit about his bag choice, and we'll get a photo, and then they'll be able to start working their way back home and wait for the next one as the continued opportunity to build points and close out those points as early as possible happens here in season 20. We'll give this one here to him. We've had these custom fit to your head size because we figured you might want to take advantage of that. So, boss, congratulations again. What a way to begin season 20, and you and Isaac take doubles the way you wrapped up season 19 to have your first singles championship under your belt and your first brand new singles, and this is the only black one right there. Yeah. That's pretty cool right there. So this guy takes home season 20, the first singles championship. We do have one question.
What's that?
The bags you all threw in doubles.
Uh-huh.
Why did you switch in singles throughout? Because you seemed like you actually had better control certain times with those bags in doubles. Aren't those your bags?
Yeah, they were. Well, the ones I threw in singles were the ones I threw at Worlds, and I was a little bit more confident in them. But the boards up here on center court, man, they were different.
Now how different? Because I know that there's a difference because of the open air end of what we were doing down there, and I'm sure they were in the middle were different than each end. What was different about where you were playing out in the arena than what you found on center court?
I mean, like our bags, like usually, they play pretty sticky, but I guess the humidity today, like the sticky side was like kind of fast. So
it was. It seemed like it was.
I went for a lot of pushes, and like I wasn't feeling the push shot at all today because it was just I hadn't hit one all day. Like every time I went for one, it like skipped up or flipped over it or something, and it was just playing a little bit weird.
Well, we didn't
adjusting.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of bags that were up against kind of the arc of the hole dropping that we're typically dropping.
They were hanging in the hole.
And I think we told you earlier, we saw you you had one of the few airmail drags that we actually saw that was executed today. We didn't see a lot of that. Maz had a lot of interest. I think he said it best. He said this match is going to come down to who gets bored first.
Yeah. Yeah, it was they wasn't like sticky. They were just, I don't know. I think the humidity had a lot to do with it.
Oh, the rain this morning probably didn't help either.
Yeah.
And it also cooled off during the day. Like now it's, there's a breeze coming through. It's nice. And the board sped up a lot since we saw them earlier when you guys played doubles or earlier in singles pool play. And that definitely probably changes how you guys go at shots and the thought process and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was different. That was for sure.
All right, so when the draw goes out and you look down at your phone and you're like, round one, are you kidding me? or is it, whatever?
That's. I don't think that's the first time that.
No.
That's happened. But.
Branson, Missouri.
Yeah.
The first Pro Series event. I remember going, uh-oh.
the worst. The thing is, like, I don't know. That's just the way when it's random seed like that, you don't know who you're gonna have to play.
Yeah.
But I felt bad for the people in the losers bracket, whoever had that game after whoever lost.
Yeah.
Like, they were probably thinking, my
Trust
God.
me. I said we were laughing because we're like everybody down the losers bracket looked like that bottom row on the Brady bunch, like, uh-oh, because no matter which one of you came, you were going to be gunning for them. And but I'll tell you something, we had some great shot making. We had a great weekend. I know if you considered yourself a 5-speed transmission, what gear are you in right now? Do you think?
I was confident all day in playing that. I think that helped me a lot, but. Like I said, the board conditions definitely took effect a lot today. Like you didn't see a lot of high PPRs today.
No,
because it was different.
Mm-hmm.
Like
absolutely.
Well, you were ramping it up, and you had an opportunity to take a little break during August, spend a little bit of the extra honeymoon, if you will. Now you got to get to that honeydew list. That's all I'm saying. He better get to work. Put him to work, if you would. All right. Kitchen cabinets. All right. Well, here you go. There's the first of one of your kitchen
you can make
cabinets
one
right
of
there.
this.
There you go.
Congratulations,
Thank
brother.
you.
Nicely done. Caleb Hurt
Thanks,
takes
everybody.
down the first singles championship of season 20, the first of a double header weekend here as we kick off the historic season 20 for the American Cornhole Organization. And we're going to turn things over to Andy B. and Steph down in Clearwater at OCC at the Roadhouse. They're going to take it over tomorrow and Monday, and we're going to do it all over again. We'll see you again in Lake Charles after that. And season 20 is underway, and it begins the way that it ended last season, us celebrating the Hurt Locker in doubles and also in singles, but just with a little twist this time. So congratulations, Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, on behalf of Mad Maz, Heinerman, and everybody here with the ACO crew, Jesse Hempy, Barry Hempy, Tammy and Junior Williams, Charlie Gears, and everybody behind the scenes that made it run, and everybody here at Buffalo River Works. What a great time. It was so much fun to bring it to you. Hopefully you had as much fun as we did. Share these broadcasts, and let's continue to get the word out there and expand this around the world. The American Cornhole Organization, on behalf of Frank Gears, thanks you for checking it out and being part of everything here with us in Season 20 on the ACO Digital Network. Keep on pitching.